Level Up TTV starts now.
So what's going on? Like, we look it up. There's this little dong, and there's a dong, and there's another dong, and there's people outside. And do you know they're wearing white and red, and they're walking around like all ceremoniously? Is the circus in town?
I don't know where you're from, but we don't call them dongs here. We call them bells. That has a very different connotation in this town, so I would suggest
I'm from
not
down
calling
under.
that.
Down under, dongs are amazing. They're round, and they can be golden, and if you hit them, they really react.
So a good number of our participants are youth who might be struggling with some degree of social setback that has something to do with, oftentimes, there's no diagnosis required, but we have a lot of our constituents come to us with challenges related to autism, ADHD, anxiety, or depression, and then coming through and playing a safe and supportive game in a fun environment then helps them come out of their shell and sometimes make friends for the very first time. That's our like historical youth demographic. We have also expanded now to serve adults, which is really exciting. We've also planned to be expanding soon to serve a veteran population, to work with hospitals. So we have a lot of great vision. We're looking to expand our direct services.
Using a bonus action, you may teleport a distance equal. Let's give them something that gets better, right? You may teleport a distance based upon your charisma modifier.
Beckett and Lucita, is this like a Sunny and Cher thing? Do they have other names? Or?
Yeah, it's kind of it's Cuthbert Beckett and Lucita de Aragon.
I'd just be Beckett too.
Who named their kid Cuthbert?
Yeah, that's a horrible name.
That's a weird name.
Don't tell him I said that. He sounds like he kills people.
He does kill people.
Wild magic surges. As the energy goes into you, it begins to take life, a actual organic life of thorns. Large, thorny vines begin to sprout inside your body, busting through your flesh, through your eyes, your mouth, your ears. They begin to encompass you in a sarcophagus of green and red from your blood. Black and silver roses beginning to bloom around you. You are unaware of any of this as you simply drift off to sleep.
Like, you can leave feedback on a class. People leave feedback on official classes and say, this is weak, this is overpowered, this is broken. They do that all the time, and they refine it through Unearthed Arcana and through official errata and official releases. It is time for Bloodhunt to become an official class. It's
because a whole bunch of people were like, sweet, I know this person, I'm gonna, like, they seem very nice on TV, I'm going to play this character. Oh, it's perfect, please notice me, senpai.
But it also meant that if you missed any gaps, the gaps would be black, like in creases and stuff. Where if you miss any gaps with a white undercoat, you have white glaring out at you, and so you need to go back and fix it.
Just to add to what Marty's saying, I'm actually painting right now using a metal paint, and when you put it over black, it comes up with a much better coverage and look than when you go over white.
I'll agree that Andrea gets an extra level of experience because of that.
And exhaustion for having to deal with us.
No, 2 levels of exhaustion.
1 level is all you need, right? Because 1 level gives you, a negative to your...
1 level is disadvantage on skill checks.
Yeah, but that's what she's going to be using, right?
Right now,
So,
yeah.
I mean, unless you guys are going to, pick a fight with her.
I hope.
Are you guys going to pick a fight with her?
No. No.
That is 14 points of squirrel damage.
Oh, I've never taken squirrel damage before.
Quick, break out the bottle of rat poison. They're just fuzzy tree rats. Kill one.
So anything
Kobolds not really known for their incredible intelligence.
No, not so much.
the noggin actions, that's ego.
Ego.
Reflexes is about being fast.
Dexterous, if you will.
Dexterity.
Agile. So I like the pot holder on your head.
It's a hat.
It is a hat. It's lovely.
Thank you.
And it matches
Thank you.
your tie.
Yeah, I lose my tie.
Uh-oh.
Where did it go?
I don't think it exists anymore. My object permanence not so good.
And we're here. Hello, everyone.
Greetings, Earthbound travelers. Welcome to another edition of Roll of the Dice, the Darkened Moon, I am your host, Tier the DM, World's OKest DM. Thank you for joining us tonight at our new time here on Level Up TTV. Woo! Woo! We do have some announcements to make, some introductions, and then we're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons. Before I do this, gotta take a serious moment. I heard that people were going to start taking shots every time the cast called me a bastard. Please do not do this. Drink responsibly. Take care of yourself. With that being said, with that being said, Locke.
Hi, gamers. I'm Locke Clark, and I'm here to talk to you about our partner in this endeavor, Level Up Dice, the purveyors of fine luxury dice for all your cool dice needs. This week, I'm going to talk to you about their new line, the All-Seeing Die, the artisan occult dice sets, produced by a wonderful duo of dice makers, Hannah and Riley. These are handcrafted resin dice with an occult feel. There are 1, 2, 3. I probably should have counted this beforehand. 10 sets of these dice available. 10 different sets, I should say. My personal favorite, the Denra set, which are a cool orange set with kind of a smoky feel to them. Go check those out, and when you go check those out, use our portal to do so. It helps us out here at the stream, lets them know that you came from us. So to do that, you're going to go to https://bit.ly/L, Will, Dice, all one word. That's bit.ly/LUD, Will of the Dice, all one word. Go check those out. Also, we would like to give a shout out to the wonderful people who are providing some of the music for tonight's episode. That would be Epidemic Sound, also Kevin MacLeod, and finally, Patrick Taylor, our very own Pants. Thank you, everyone, for the wonderful music that helps heighten our stream. We love you all. That's all I've got here.
Is it?
Oh, no. You know what? There is one more thing. Just one more little thing. As was mentioned last week on the stream, my partner, Sean Wynn Jones, is battling cancer and was intended to always be a member of this cast and be playing with us. But because of the cancer, has not been able to be on stream and play. So I would just like to take a moment and say happy birthday to Sean Wynn Jones. It is his birthday today, and so everybody who has given birthday wishes already, thank you so much. And hopefully we will see him on stream with us in the near future.
Happy birthday.
Yes, definitely. Happy birthday. Awesome. So,
happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
It's your birthday. Sorry.
Someone had to.
I want to give a special shout out to Eggles Wood Stuffs, another one of our partners. They make absolute beautiful dice towers, dice trays, anything wood. Like the wood stuff that they make is absolutely phenomenal. They cover multiple hobby spaces. Go check them out at eggleswoodstuffs.com. That's EGILLS woodstuffs.com. And then I want to say thank you to Brent over at Stalwart Makery. This is the center panel here for my beautiful DM screen. It is amazing. So thank you for that. Dan.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. If you've not been here before, welcome to the stream. If you have been, welcome back. Either way, we do have a YouTube channel. So if you're new or just want to rewatch older episodes, go over to YouTube, search Will of the Dice. This is Darkened Queen in the Shadowed Rose. Look up that. Look at all of our past episodes. And please give a like, give a comment, subscribe, and see you there.
Excellent. Thank you. Those of you that know us know that we have started an initiative called One Community, One Love Initiative to try to spotlight independently owned businesses in the hobby space, try to help them out with everything that's going on with the pandemic. So here to tell us more about the spotlight this week is Ren.
Thanks, Tier. So this week's One Community, One Love Initiative shout out is for Jay Reader of Nightly Endeavors. That's Nightly with a K. They sell a variety of men's, women's, and children's items, from cloaks and bodices to vests and skirts, pants, tights, and even more. You can find them at their Etsy shop at etsy.com/shop/nightly endeavors, or directly at their website, nightly.com. And again, that's Nightly with a K, nightly.com. And if you want to get your small business shouted out here on Will of the Dice, just send us an email with your name, your business name, and some basic information about your business and where we can find you over at ocol@willofthedice.com.
Thank you, Ren. Yeah, definitely. If you have a small independent owned business in our hobby space, kick us an email. We'd love to give you a shout out. Let's see. Next announcement. Words are hard. It's going to be an interesting night. Ben.
Hey everybody, it's Ben Sigurd. This is the part where I talk to you about our Patreon. Patreon is going to help us create more content. It's also where you can have early access and also some audio histories. And depending on how big it is, maybe we'll have more than just the 2 campaigns. Maybe we'll have some others. But you can check us out at patreon.com. That's WOTDICE.
Thank you. And Lanta.
Hello, gamers. No, I'm not. Hey guys, Atlanta here from Level Up TTV. We try to provide you guys with a whole heap of different RPG needs and everything within that kind of interim. So if you guys are enjoying, don't forget, let us know. Hit that follow button everywhere. Every little bit, every little person helps. And let your friends know, especially if you are watching something that you enjoy, that you think your campaign or the players that you play with, they would enjoy it too. Invite them to come watch. Why not?
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, definitely invite people to come watch. Also, if you are an Amazon Prime subscriber, you get a free monthly subscription to Twitch. So you can just roll up there and hit that subscribe button. Helps us all out. We'd appreciate it.
Don't forget that you have to re-up that yourself monthly. At the top of every month after you subscribe, you have to resubscribe. It doesn't auto-renew, but you still get one free subscription every month.
That's right. Thank you for the reminder on that. Luck, I'd forgot that one. All right. So we got the announcements out of the way. So let's do our introductions, starting with Syrah.
Hello, I am playing Cerelia Vesca, and she is quite a little brat. But within saying that, the ones that she loves that are within her close little circle, she protects the most. So previous episode, which we'll get into, she kind of dived through, be it heaven and hell, and to bring Eliana back. It was very interesting. She's recently found out that she could be a possible scion. There's so many weird things that are happening with her at the moment that she is struggling to kind of put together and come to acceptance with. So that's what we're gonna see coming up in this next game and as we continue.
Hey everybody, I'm Ben Sigurd. Tonight I'm playing Merkwort. He's a bullywug. Wasn't always a bullywug. He's gambled on much and won just enough to be dangerous. You can find me on Twitter at Ben Sigurd.
Hi everyone, Dan here. I will be playing Garbo tonight. Small goblin, but large in muscles. He carries a large stick, on the end of which has been affixed a large black cauldron. He carries it like a bindle. And he mostly has been a street urchin for a good long while after leaving the Blood Hunters. And now he's gotten scooped up into this rowdy gang of miscreants who are dragging him along. You can find me at Ravenous Dan on Twitter.
Hey everybody, I'm Ren Matley. I'll be playing Eliana tonight. She's a short, spunky little elf, short, roughly chopped black hair. She knows how to have fun, but knows when to be serious. And you can find me on Twitter at Ren_Matley.
Hi gamers, I'm Locke Clark, and I'll be playing Bjarnor Sandgar, a surly middle-aged dwarf with a long beard, often seen wearing a hood, He is looking to pay forward a kindness that was done to him by the Bloodhunter Order. And so he joined up and promised to help kill every monster he found, which gets challenging sometimes because, well, there are so few of us now that he finds it hard to, that he has to accept the green and yellow and orange skinned members of the group, but he loves his Bloodhunter family regardless. And you can find me on the Book of Faces and Twitter patients at Lock Unruly. That's Lock with an H.
Awesome. And as I said at the beginning of this, I am Tyr the DM, the world's okayest DM, and I will be your conductor on this chain ride of clusterfuckery and chaos. You can find me on social media at Tyr_the_DM. Let's see, announcements are made, introductions. I believe it is time. Any final words?
Where are we going and how do we get in this handbasket?
You volunteered.
Oh, that's right.
Basket. Oh, that's what that is. I was so confused. I thought it was just someone's bindle.
So, to recap, and since we probably have some new people joining us with our new time slot, this realm, 30 years in the making, is homebrewed my creation. 2 years ago, the Blood Hunters organized something that had not been done in hundreds of years. The elders come together, reforming the Sanguine Tribunal. Some information was passed to this tribunal that caused them to send out a call to the man, to the woman, all Blood Hunters to report north to keep Gregorian. It was there that most of these individuals joined up together, dining together. They witnessed the absolute brutal death of the prophet of the Blood Hunters and the brutal death of the rest of the Blood Hunters as someone had managed to poison them. Coming to find out, it was a high-ranking officer among their ranks that gave his own life to make sure that they died. They struck out after burning the bodies, trying to find some answers, made their way into the Dwarven Kingdom under the Ragnarkarn Mountains, made their way to the city of Frenia, the city of tomes and knowledge. Here, after getting drunk in the lowered area known as the Dregs, they ran into a former goblin blood hunter by the name of Garbo. Joining forces, they went to obtain travel passes to travel through the 3 levels of the city. This is when it was discovered that a menace from the past, a creature known as a dust mite, a canine-sized creature that consumes metal and is resistant to magic and normal metal, had surfaced and was causing chaos. The deal was struck with the Gate Regent for them to travel to the tombs and catacombs beneath to exterminate the hive, which they did. On doing this, however, as these creatures are burrowing creatures, the floor gave out from underneath of them, and all of them, except for one, fell into an ancient and lost crypt known as the Tomb of Veils. Here they met an individual that passed on to them the reconciliation of where history and legend seem to differentiate from paths. They learned that magic was created from nature, and such they were interwoven, and that through this interweave that mankind could cause irreversible damage to the world. The fathers of magic, those that gave birth to this energy and interwove it with the very fabric of nature, decided to put in a failsafe. The Scions of Oblivion and the Scions of the Awakened, individuals that would have to come together and give up their lives to reset the realm should anything befall. They learned that the Nightmare Realm and the Shadow Dreaming, known as Angermora, were at war, trying to claim dominance so they could try to force the actual cataclysms to change the realm. Also, during this time, they found that one of them, our own Syrah, had the blood of the ancients, the people known as those that came before. And because of this, it was her and believed her alone that could travel to the birthplace of magic, the Great Falls in the Emerald Forest, perform the ancient ceremonies, and begin the call of the Scion. After they freed themselves from this tomb, the individual that had stayed there for centuries to pass along this knowledge, giving up their life, they noticed that Eliana was not with them. As they began investigating, they found that none in the town remembered Eliana, including Oren, who had known Eliana and Syrah for years. It was at this point that they had convened together to form a war council to decide on their next moves when Syrah had a vision. She saw a small child-looking entity take Eliana. A blue flame energy now engulfing her hands, her forearms, and giving her spectral wings. She somehow inadvertently tapped into this magic, traveling to a different realm where she retrieved Eliana, bringing her back. This is where our story continues. This is where we confirm that you have been forsaken to the will of the dice. Here we are in this moment. Here you are in Orange Tavern on the 4th floor in this meeting room, as it was, that was given to you to have safe rest and to plan your next moves, as Oren knew something was amiss and trouble was coming, having known Syrah long enough to know the trouble in her eyes. Time for most of you is frozen in this moment. In just a heartbeat, you can see sweat glistening on Brandor's brow. You can see Muckwort about to speak. You can see Garbo eyeing a thing of forgotten long trash in the corner to consume, but they are unmoving. It is simply Syrah and Eliana holding hands, sitting at a table.
I'm gonna turn to her. Don't say I don't do things for you.
What happened? What are the mites?
The mites aren't here. You were taken by someone, something, like a child. It was weird. But look, what's important is that you're back here. The thing that really worried me was no one remembered you. Oren didn't remember you. And we did, and it was scary. We didn't know where you were. We didn't know if you could get back. But I found you, and you're here.
You were looking for me?
We were all looking for you.
Oh, yes, that's what I meant.
Of course.
Just gonna kind of shrink up a little bit and blush.
I know that I'm holding your hand. I'm just letting it happen for a little bit. Let's... I'm hoping that everybody's memories get restored. I hope Oren remembers who you are again. We're already down in Blood Hunters. We can't lose anymore.
Well, I'm here. Even if they don't remember me, I'm here.
I know. You weren't, and that was scary. Because we've all lost people, so many people, and we can't go through it again.
No, I agree. It's not been an easy few days. Between watching all of the others die of the poisoning and then watching you die, and I'm just glad you're back.
I'm glad you're back too. I'm gonna put my other hand on hers, and like squeeze it, and then I'm gonna let go.
As you are taking her hand in between your hands to give it a discreet squeeze, time will return. Your companion seeing that brief moment, that tenderness, if it was, maybe friendship, maybe more, before you release each other's hands. Eliana has returned to you.
Holy hell. Well, that worked better than I thought it would.
Surprise!
Well, all right, Sierra. Nice job. Do I even want to know how it... What?
It doesn't matter. There's so many more things that we need to concentrate on right now.
Well, I mean, but where was she?
I even don't know. She was in this room with this childlike creature, and it wanted to keep her, and it wasn't gonna let her go, but I didn't have that. Obviously. I brought her back here.
Balls.
Braenor.
Kids are also creepy.
Please make a history check for me, Braenor.
That's why I always said I wasn't going to have none.
Nothing
All
but
the
trouble.
creepiest monsters are children. Old poorly. Come on.
Oh no, it's that kind of night already.
Yeah, it really is.
They're always so corny.
While he's getting his stats reloaded, I do want to give a special shout out. Someone, I don't know who, someone sent me a beautiful set of dice. I want you to know that I love the dice. I love you. Thank you so much. And I wanted to let you guys know that tonight's safe word is porcelain. So, and I'm shooting to beat last week's, you bastards. So,
that's a total of 14.
14 is actually enough. At the words that it was a small child, the realization will hit Raynor of a old wives' tale from his home. They called him the Amber King. It was said that it was a entity from somewhere else, a small that appeared in the form of a small child with golden hair, and that they would come to this world to take playmates, and that they would never be seen again. But such things are silly superstitions and old wives' tales, are they not?
You know, I seem to recall a folk story about I guess it'd be a outsider, an extraplanar being of some sort. Called it the Amber King. Appeared as a small child looking for playmates. Picked you, nobody ever saw you again.
Well, luckily that wasn't the case here. If he came, he did a pathetic job at keeping her.
Is it still out there?
Possibly.
Should we be worried about it?
I don't think it's the most of our concern at the moment. There's so many other things.
Do I know of any, like, was there any way to ward against this thing, or
give me another history check?
Even like a folk remedy? Sure, probably bullshit, but that is less good by 1, so 13.
I have an idea. So, going back to episode 1, I took the robes off the guy that had all of the runes on the inside, all of the spells on the inside to keep, like, him safe. It had some sort of safety. Yes, there was a bit of blood on it and everything. I'm going to grab it and just put it over Eliana's shoulders.
Oh, excellent. Braenor, with a 13, yes, you actually do remember that it was said that wearing a ring of iron would keep you safe from the Amber King. Eliana, I need you to please make a intelligence saving throw.
Uh-oh.
With disadvantage.
No! Oh, I'm so sorry.
Hey,
Okay.
I'm gonna start it off.
No.
You bastard.
I'm holding mine until I
Oh.
see what effect it has if she fails.
How many You Bastard episode is this, by the way?
I'm shooting for 8.
Whoa, okay. Oh, crap.
So my dice were nice on this one. I rolled a 19 and a 16, and I have a +3, so 19.
19. Awesome. Too bad that's not enough.
Damn it!
In this moment, you will know fear like you have never known. It will be as if icy tendrils suddenly plunge into your very soul. You will hear the cries, the keens of the damned of death, as you will see in the distance the world fading. A single iron gate. Behind this gate, a wolf pacing back and forth. My time will come. My time will come. The wolf will lock eyes with you. When it does, you will see the wolf change, and you will see a young teenage half-elf girl with purple and bluish hair, pale skin. Help me. Help me. The robe will then bust in flames. You will take 1d6.
Fuck.
Which my dice suck. I rolled a 1. Points of fire damage before you're able to throw it off. Those of you sitting around will simply see Eliana freeze for a moment, and then the robes bust into flames. Yes, Eliana.
All right. So I still have my damage from the last battle. Does that stand?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure I don't want to mess up my hit points.
Yep.
All right. So how many points of damage you said?
1 point of damage.
1 point of damage. All right.
Okay, now.
Yeah,
Tyr,
no, it's okay. We're about to
you
rest.
Bastard.
Oh, and
So
the robes
she-
are gone?
Yeah.
So it just burns away. She's still kind of frozen, or
No, you come back to yourself as it bursts. It just bursts in flames. It's like the trick paper that magicians use. It's just whoosh, and gone.
okay.
I'm gonna put my
What was
hands
that?
on her shoulders, be like, sorry, I didn't realize that would happen. I was hoping for some sort of protection.
Is that a magical cloak? Because that seems like a really big magic item if it just disappears.
That was a Holocaust cloak, wasn't it?
That was
Sorry. So sorry.
Princess Bride reference. Excellent. 5 XP for Brent working in a Princess Bride reference.
Only if you give it to everybody.
I'll give it to everybody. 5 XP for everybody.
Bonus 5 XP. Yay.
There was a gate, an iron gate, and the wolf, and it kept saying its time would come. And then there was a girl. She was pale and looked like she was half elf, and her hair was blue and purple, and she said, "Help me."
Eliana, I need a history check with advantage.
Sarah's
with
gonna get.
advantage.
I'm gonna get a little jealous. I'm like, fuck's this girl.
All right.
I
history
just
check.
saved
So
you, but you're talking about some other girl? Like, okay.
I rolled a 17 and have a +3, so 20.
You've seen this girl before. When the voice came and told you it could bring Sarah back, you just needed to find someone.
Wait, I remember. When we were in the kingdom under the mountain, after we fought the creature, I walked away from all of you because I was angry with Skarsgård. There was a voice. It spoke to me. It tried telling me that if I found this girl, she could bring Sarah back.
Wait. You were angry with Skarsgård about something?
You don't remember?
No.
He was more concerned with money and time than he was with losing Sarah. I was furious with him.
How is it? I turn and I look at the piece of paper I wrote not 5 minutes ago. and read it.
Okay.
Is it on there?
What did it say?
It was everything I could remember about Ileana, and then I had everyone else fill in things about Ileana as well that they remembered.
It's there. You're writing there, writing the details. This was part of it, as how Eliana, you thought that they were going to strike down Skarsgård, as they seem so detached from Syrah's death.
Yeah,
But yet, it's
right
not
there. Well, why don't I remember it?
Wait.
Hey, everybody, check the paper. I put it, out away from me for everyone else to look at. See if there's anything on there that you don't remember, because we all signed this and we all agreed on it.
Is there?
Yeah, everyone has a memory. Their favorite memory of Eliana is gone. The details are on the paper. Sarah, you read how you had fallen asleep, nestled close, and you woke up moments before they did. Garbo, how they knew all the best places to get warm in the winter and the good filth. Muckwort, even yours, they're all gone. One single memory plucked and turned to ash.
So it's not just the townsfolk, it's us now too.
Wait a minute. Tyr, can I make a, I guess, Arcana check?
Feel free.
An Arcana check in your mind.
Oh, yes. I've made my Arcana check with a 23 because I netted that fucking 20.
It's your only one for the night. Watch it.
You've been around a long time, Ranor. You've heard of crazy magics. You've heard of magics that could remove memories.
Would
Go ahead.
I think this is a price rather than a continuation of what was happening? Would I think that this is more the price we paid to bring her back? Does that seem like how I know certain types of magic work?
Give me, with advantage, since you rolled the 23 on the Arcana, an insight check.
Glad I had the advantage. What is my insight? +3, 14.
You will, beyond a shadow of a doubt, would know that you paid a price. And you knew you was going to pay the price somehow. Like, subconsciously, you knew that something was going to impact your memory. You knew that people couldn't remember her, but you knew somehow. Call it intuition.
No, I don't think that it's continuing. I think we stopped it. I think we sacrificed those memories, and that was the price to bring other people's memories of her and her back.
I just hope that... I wonder if everybody else is going to remember. I hope it's
There's
not...
one way to find out.
I'll
Get
call...
Oren up here.
Yeah, I'm gonna call down to Oren and ask him if he can bring up some ale.
A few moments pass by. He comes wandering in. Brought some of my best ale. Sets it down. Nods to Eliana. I've not seen you in a coon's age.
It's been a while since I traveled with Stander. You look well, Orin.
You look well too.
Given the circumstance, I think I'm doing as well as I can. Thank you.
He will wink to Sarah.
I'll wink back.
Good company.
You know, always in the best.
Right? So, old Oren took it on himself to ask a few questions while you all have been up here. The Gate Regent likes to talk, as you know.
Yeah.
And taking credit for being inventive enough to find the right people to take care of the Metal Mite. Now, you all were talking about some things that you need answers to. Since you've got those pretty little necklaces that'll let you get to High Crown, I would go speak to the Dreadnought Council. Explain that you're the ones that killed the Metal Mites and ask if they'll let you into the Crypt of Scholars. You'll find whatever you need there. But old Oren didn't say anything, if you know what I mean. That's on the hush hush.
It's up my nose.
People don't talk as much when they realize you're listening.
Exactly.
He will take the tray, and you all have a good evening then.
Thank you,
Wander
Oren.
downstairs. I need everyone to please make an insight check. And while they're doing that, go ahead, Sarah, with what you was going to say.
Oh, nothing. It was probably it goes after this, so.
We're going to start with Sarah.
I need to just throw my dice. That's an 8.
Muckwort.
Yeah, I might need to yeet mine as well because I got a 4.
Garbo.
I got 12.
Eliana.
Well, that beats my 10.
It's riding on you, Raynor.
30.
Nat 20.
Oh!
Plus 23.
You happen to look towards the window. You notice that it's nighttime. You don't know how long you've been sitting here, but based on the way your body feels at this moment, you all have been in this spot at these tables for more than 24 hours. But it seems like only 5 minutes.
Is that since Ellie got back or for them all together?
All together.
Hey, I think we ought to go to bed, y'all.
Yeah. I think that's probably the best.
Just so you all don't freak out. All right. Let me walk you through something real quick. Oren just came up here, brought us some ale, and said he had been doing some checking out things for us. Now, if you recall, we came up here about an hour ago. He had closed the bar permanently for the night. So how was he checking in and overhearing conversations about dealings in the town? I think we've been sitting here for like a fucking day.
A day?
Weird.
Yeah, I think it's been a whole day.
Now that you mention it, I'm really, really hungry.
Yeah, so I say we get some shut-eye and start fresh tomorrow. But when we come out tomorrow and it's a day later than you think it is, don't be surprised. We lost one somewhere in all of this.
Weird. Alright. Off to bed, you lot.
Oh, one more thing to add to the list for tomorrow. Folklore says that iron rings, plain iron rings, keep the Amber King from coming after you. I don't know if it's true or not, but it couldn't hurt to pick up an iron ring for each of us.
Yeah,
Definitely.
keeping creepy children away would be a good idea.
Yeah, I don't like creepy children. Oh.
Aren't all children kind of creepy, though? I mean, really.
Yeah, you're right.
Unless they're yours, and then they're cute.
Yeah, all right.
All right. So before you go to bed, I do need a second insight check from Sarah.
I'm not going to roll that one. Hey! That's a 19. Plus... Insight. That's 24.
Yes. Sarah, you feel different ever since the Tomb of the Veils. this blue flame that you can see that the others cannot, except for moments of extreme emotional stress. You're beginning to understand a little bit that something has awakened. The others will not notice, at least not right away, that the scar that mars your face become a little lighter. It's not as prominent. You touch your face and notice that it doesn't feel as solid as it once did. You also realize that the time difference was because of you. Where you had gone after Eliana, you had caused time to become displaced, and well, like pebbles into a river, it changes the flow.
Oh no.
And those are the thoughts that are on your mind as you lie in bed. Eliana, one room over. You all, I'm assuming, are going to bed or are you going to pull shift, guard, or how are you all? Tell me. You all are in control of this. I'm just the narrator.
He had given us guards for the floor, right?
That is correct.
So I don't think we need shift guards. Everybody else cool with just sleeping?
Yeah.
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 I do have one thing before I sleep, and that's I had started a
healing
potion brewing a day ago. It takes a day for it to brew.
It is prepared.
Okay, cool. I start another one before I go to sleep.
Okay. And so you all drift to sleep.
Do I know how long the time was?
It was 24 hours.
Okay, it was 24. Okay, cool.
You know that it was 24 hours. Or was it 36? Was it 48? No, it was 24. You're certain of it.
Okay.
And so you slumber. I need everyone to please make a Constitution saving throw.
Goddamn. They'll probably
That's
be the only
one
one I roll tonight.
So we'll start with Bayanor.
8.
8. Eliana.
22, because that'll probably be the only natural 20 I roll all night.
Nice. Garbo.
8.
Mugwort.
21.
Nice. Sarah.
5.
Okay, so Sarah, Bayanor. Your sleep is restful enough to count as a long rest, but it is filled with strange dreams. Dreams of mythical places that could not possibly be real. You've always heard these legends, these stories, these fairy tales, but what if? And your worst fears, those stories that haunted you the most as children, whether it was the monster that would come and drag you from your bed, or the prince that was actually not a prince would come and carry you away. Whatever the most fearful childhood story, well, it plagues your dreams. And when you wake, again, you classified for a long rest, so you will get all the benefits. They will be lingering in your mind. What's real and what's made up? You all awake. The smell of breakfast, the wonderful smell of bacon, eggs, and such drifting through the air, the hustle and bustle of the crowd beneath you are rested. You are refreshed. It is a new day, a new dawning, and a new purpose. What would you like to do?
I want breakfast.
Yeah, breakfast. Oh, I could make us breakfast. Should I make us breakfast?
No, you're not
No?
making us breakfast. I'm
No.
eating some of the breakfast that smells good that's down there. That's like that way, and
Okay.
not from that. No.
No.
It's all right,
Okay.
Garbo. You fought very hard alongside us just the other day. Take the day off. Enjoy the breakfast that Orin has.
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay.
So you make your way downstairs, Orin, giving a nod. You will notice, Sarah, that your table is free as always, as you have returned to your place amongst your people.
I'm gonna pull out the seat for Eliana, and then I'll sit down. Breakfast, please, Oren.
He will give you a wink. A few moments will pass. Trenchers of food will be placed on the table. Mugs of ale. Don't forget what Oren told you now. He'll give a wink. He'll give a wink to you this time, Eliana, cutting his eyes towards Sarah. Good company indeed. And make his way back behind the bar.
It might be hard to see against the light purple tint of her skin, but she's gonna blush. And anyone who actually knows Ellie and has spent time with Ellie knows that she's actually kind of usually pretty blunt and direct. So this is odd. This is unusual.
Give me an insight check, Sarah. Does she notice the blush?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I feel the heat emanating off her? Insight? 17.
Most definitely. You have studied that face so many times, memorized it over and over. You know every detail, every flaw, and when that blush comes, you know that it's there.
That reminds me, Ellie is constantly looking at Sarah when Sarah is not looking. So would she notice that the scar was lighter?
Give me an insight check.
Let's see.
These little sausages ain't half bad.
That's a 16.
Oh, yeah, those are good.
She would notice the scar was a little lighter. Muckwort, you will see out of the corner of your eye someone watching you.
He's only specifically watching me?
Correct.
I'm going to, as I'm shoveling mouthfuls of food and sipping the ale and everything, I'm going to kind of give him the stink eye and really, really glare hard at him as I'm eating the food and make it very obvious that I'm aware that he's staring at me, and I'm going to be aggressively eating as I'm looking at him. Why the fuck are you staring at me as I am eating? You son of a bitch, leave me alone.
They turn white, almost as ghostly, and run from the tavern.
I've never seen a bullywug hate chew at someone before. That was pretty spectacular there, Muckwort.
Hey, I was eating. I am not some sideshow to be looked at and for amusement for them to be pleased just because I'm sitting over here eating looking weird. No.
Who's the problem?
Now,
do I notice them?
If you
noticed them running out. They was someone staring at the bullywog that when he hate chewed at them. I love that expression, by the way.
You're welcome.
I'm adding that to my repertoire. Turned pale and ran away.
That's what he gets.
Now, next time that you notice something like that happening, if it were me, I don't know, if I were a frogman, saw someone staring at me while I was trying to eat breakfast, I'd take that tongue of mine and I'd just snatch something off their plate and eat it.
Is that what I look like when I chew? Cause people run away from me when I chew too.
I think it's more the sloppy mess you get around you when you chew Garbo. I mean, I wasn't gonna say nothing, but I've got some spatter on me from breakfast already.
Yeah, I'm just sharing. It's okay.
With great tongue comes great responsibility. I need to make sure that I am aware of what this does at all times. I am not just freely throwing it everywhere. I need to make sure that it is a controlled environment.
That's what she said?
He doesn't tongue without consent. This is a good thing.
So help me God, I want to make that movie. That is the title of the movie.
With great
tongue comes
great responsibility.
Colon, don't tongue without consent. In a world where tongues flap loosely.
Come with me if you want to be tongued.
This summer,
Two things.
Arnold Schwarzenegger and Ryan Reynolds wag their tongues.
That's a movie I would watch.
That's a movie that a lot of people would watch. This is going to get to Arnold, and he's going to be like, I'm going to make that movie. So, all
We'll
right.
get there.
Breakfast consumed. You have had your long rest. Please make sure that you update that you have full hit points, full spell slots, and such, as they may or may not come in handy.
Can I ask Oren? Oren, you know how we came in here the other day? When was that again? Sorry, it's slipped my mind.
Oh, that was, well, this would be the third day.
Great. Yes, of course. Third day.
Do we all hear this?
Make an insight check. Or a perception check. Perception. You all right there, Sarah? You look troubled.
Time just seems to be like all becoming one day, you know. There's a lot that's happened. Especially with
What happened when... Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
That's what happens when someone strikes your fancy.
That, but also the guild and everything. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in.
17 on the perception check.
Yeah, you heard it.
When he says it's the third day, Merkwort is going to cock his head to the side, and as he's hate chewing and finishing, he's going to say, 3 days? Say what now?
I had a fear that this was the thing. It only feels like we've been here, what? Not even 24 hours, right? 3 hours? Right. No, sorry, not 3 hours. 12? If that? But it's been 3 days.
Well, let's see. You all came. You all got drunk. You all went to the Gate Regent. You all fought the Dust Mites. You all went to the tomb. So it feels like you've been here 2 days. But okay. You've actually been here 3 days. Confirming what you told yourself before you went to sleep, that it took you 24 hours to get Eliana back.
Yeah.
So you all have sat down, you're enjoying your meal. If there's anything you wish to discuss amongst yourselves before we travel to the whatever path you all choose, because again, you're in control. I'm just the narrator.
So, what happened after the fight with the mites?
A lot.
You vanished.
Yeah, that's
Well, I know that much. You've told me that much, but
oh, hey, here. I reach in the bag of holding and I start pulling out all of your metal gear. And put it on the table in front of you.
We have that extra coin thing for it too, right?
Yeah, Sarah had the medallion.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at my skin and see where the blue's up to now.
The blue's back down to just your hands.
Okay, cool.
Can everyone see the blue or just her?
Just her.
Okay.
So, yeah, we, all right, so we killed the metal mites, and then we fell in a pit. The floor gave way underneath us. That's about when we lost you.
The last thing I remember was the fight. I don't remember any pit. I'm sorry.
And in the pit we met the pit had a thing in it called the Tomb of Veils.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a
Crovis. We met Crovis there.
Crovis, yeah, the
Guardian.
Guardian, yeah. He all right, so first we found ourselves surrounded by these giant statue things, and there were a bunch of runes all over the place, and then the runes started lighting up all blue, and then all the blue runes like led to Sarah, and then Sarah lit up with blue runes, and then Sarah had big blue wings for a second, but apparently I was the only one that saw it.
You did. Are you all right?
Yeah, it it doesn't really seem to be affecting me.
So then the Clovis came out and talked to us and told us about the old ones, and that Sarah has the blood of the old ones, and that the old ones used to like navigate in ships around the stars, and that in the beginning there was no magic, and that the old ones begged the gods for access to the life force of Runith Kesha itself, and then the gods made the falls, and that's how magic got created, and then they summoned the 7 scions, and the scions were the ones that gave magic to the people, but then they also kind of created the scourge demon Malcusius, and then the descendants of the 7 scions gave their lives to create the Nightmare Realm and lock Malcusius away, and that nature is magic and vice versa, and that the balance has to be maintained, and that there was a compact of some sort, and there's the Scions of Oblivion and the Scions of the Awakened, and there's a ceremony to bring the Oblivion and Awakened together to give their lives to reset all order in the world.
But in order to do that, you've got to find the scions, and the scions themselves need to go through a ceremony to be chosen. So there's a lot of steps.
Right, and apparently the blue glowy wings marked Syrah as having the blood of the old ones and being one who can find scions. That about cover it? Did I miss anything important?
Well, there was also the fact that there's the rulers of the light and the darkness and the moon children, and he killed his youngest child on her wedding day. She was the queen. The queen was Angramora, and she's currently gone. And in order to kind of restore that realm, we need to find her. As Claudius is currently the ruler of the light, and no one has seen him, but they know he's there because things are still working.
After Bjarnar gives that explanation, Merkwort kind of scratches his head and says, "Are we overlooking something now? If she's an old one and can find scions, and she went and found Eliana," he looks over and kind of stares at her. "Does that mean you're a scion?"
I don't know what it means. This is a lot to take in.
All right. All right. Oh, he also gave us an orb, but it's broken.
Correct. And in order to fix it, we need to find Samson.
Samson. That's the person who wrote the letter to somebody whose name is Pants that I have from the library where we met Chris.
Oh, the letter we found in the library.
Look,
Yeah.
if I had $1 for every time that I wanted to talk to Samson, it'd be crazy.
So we gotta. So what the Guardian said was we have to go to the Emerald Forest. We have to get access into the Emerald Forest,
Which they will give me.
We have to get the elves to give us a ceremony. Then we have to perform the ceremony at the Rainbow Falls. And that will let us find the Scions. But in order to do all of that, we have to have the orb working. And something called an Umberkai broke the orb. And so now we gotta find Samson, because he's the only mage left who could fix it.
So the orb itself allows us to talk between realms, but we don't necessarily need it for the ceremony. Is that correct here?
That is correct.
Yeah, okay, cool. Being able to have the orb will help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, it may be the only way to figure out the ceremony. There's always the Crypt of the Scholars that may have the information. If that information is not there, then yeah, you will need the realm, the orb to learn how to do the ceremony.
Okay, so what we
Good
need
job
to do,
taking notes, by the way, Locke.
Yeah, I'm very proud of him.
Yeah, I've got
So
like 3
what-
pages.
Yeah. So what we need to do is we need to gain access to the Crypt of Scholars or whatever it is and do some research. We got to find out anything we can about Samson. His letter said he was going back to his people. We got to figure out who his people are.
So, is our first thing to go over after Samson, or would it be to go to the Emerald Forest?
Well, I think that all depends on where Samson went. If Samson's people are nearby, we could probably swing by and take care of that before heading to the Emerald, which is not a close place to get to.
Or who knows? Maybe Samson went to the Emerald Forest and we get
Maybe.
super lucky.
Yeah, we have
It's actually
no
not
idea.
that far from Freyna to the Emerald. You
Give
can
me
do it on
a
foot in a few
insight check,
days.
Buckward.
Hey, what the fuck are you doing? Don't do that. 7.
Let me make a note, please.
Stop!
So every time you guys mention going into the Emerald, Ellie's going to shift kind of uncomfortably in her chair and look down at the plate.
Do I notice this?
You are allowed to make a perception check to see if you notice.
Okay.
If Eliana is trying to avoid them noticing, she can make a deception check.
I'll take some of that action.
She's not really trying to avoid anything. It's more of an involuntary response.
Okay. What'd you get, Sarah?
I got a 12.
On my
Hey.
perception of seeing the twitching, 2.
Banner.
I'm also at Camp 12.
Garbo, did you roll?
Oh no. We'll say Garbo's busy looking for other tasty crumbs.
Give me a investigation check, Garbo.
Oh no, he didn't find anything. I got 2.
You got a 2?
Yeah.
You find some lovely black mold down in the back of the corner near where the table is.
Okay, black mold. Well, you know what? This is a really good seasoning for later, so we'll keep that for later when I brew up something nice.
Those of you in Camp 12 do notice the uncomfortable shifting of one Eliana.
I'm gonna like put my hand like down under like near the table, but like put my like hand on her elbow, just as like a. Do I know why she's uncomfortable about the Emerald Forest? Would I know? I wouldn't know. Okay,
No.
that's all good. But yeah, I'll just like be like a bit of a support, just like I'm here. Yeah.
Bjarnor just sort of slops up some of the sauce on his plate with some bread and eats it kind of messily, getting crumbs in his beard and pretending not to notice what's going on between the two of them. So,
The Trinot Council.
Right. Well, we got to see the Trinot Council to get to
the Crypt of Scholars.
Crypt of Scholars. What do we need to find out about the Queen of Angramora? Do we need to find this girl that you keep seeing?
We need to figure out where she's gone.
I have a feeling we are going to have to find her. It's very strange. Why would something keep showing this girl to me? Unless we needed to find her. And the last time I saw her, she said, "Help me." Do you think she's in danger?
Didn't
Usually people say help me when they're in danger. I'd say yeah.
am I misremembering? Didn't you say something to me about there being a she-wolf we needed to look out for? Beware the she-wolf. Is that something? Am I remembering that right?
I remember something about the wolf, yes.
Yeah, because I was thinking it had something to do with the Skaglador and our former blue friend, and I use that term loosely, but now maybe, and we know there was something to do with the wolf with the captain, the fucker who poisoned everybody. Shadowy wolf, we all saw it. It was chasing us.
I remember.
Yes.
So maybe this wolf you keep seeing behind the gate is after the girl, and we need to stop it from getting her.
That could
I mean,
be.
that sounds like our sort of thing, right?
Correct.
Indeed,
Yeah.
it could be.
I think the Crypt of Scholars will help us try to figure out who this girl is, but also it might even lead us to Samson, or it might have some sort of inkling as to who Samson's people were.
So, things we need to find in the Crypt of Scholars are info on Samson, anything we can find about the Queen of Angramora. Would you say her name was again?
I didn't.
No.
Her brother's name is Claudius, but that's all I've got.
So, realizing that we're going to be going to a Crypt of Scholars, which reminds him of a library from his past, Merkwort is going to kind of shuffle a bit and finish with his dishes and kind of get up and excuse himself from the table and quickly dispose of the dishes when he, because he doesn't want to sit there for a moment.
Okay. So, anything else before you make the voyage uptown to High Crown?
Actually, I was trying to ask before, but
Oh, I'm sorry.
the mention of the Queen of Angramora, is that something Ellie would know anything about?
Give me a history check.
Now, I'm just gonna say probably not, because I rolled a natural 1 and have a +3, so 4.
No, it's nothing. It's not so much that she wouldn't know. It's just she's so addled right now she can't recall if there was anything.
Okay.
It's that she may or may not know something that she remembers later on, but right now, between the ordeal of not being able to remember certain things, the loss of a day, the soft touch of the fingers on your elbow, it's all a bit much.
All right, that's fair.
You're welcome.
All right, I'm putting info on the Scions on the list as well. Anything we can find out about the Scions.
Yeah, of course.
Probably be useful.
Even the elder ones too, I think would be interesting. But I think before we definitely head there, we should go back to this crappy blacksmith, and get some iron rings.
Yes.
Yeah.
So iron rings first. The guy that is the gatekeeper that gave us the medallions, he was a drow, right?
That is correct.
Correct.
Yeah. So iron rings from the blacksmith first, then we go see Captain Fancy Plant's dark skin. And
You mean Lord Madigan?
yeah,
The happiest man on earth.
Who-
we need him to. He did promise us that he would get us an audience with the council, and we need to talk to the council to get access to the crypt.
That's
So
fair.
we can get him
Correct.
to grease the wheels and get us into the council sooner, and he owes us.
Excellent. So this right here, and as I've announced many times, because I'm a chronic pain patient, our format's a little different. We take 2 breaks a night. But I think this is a good place to go ahead and take our first 10 minutes.
Awesome.
You
All
guys
right.
have done an amazing job role playing, so much bonus XP at the end of this. Because I give the bonus XP for good RP. So finger guns, pew pew. So yeah, we're going to take a 10-minute break, and then we'll be back.
everyone.
Welcome back to the Darkened Queen and the Shadowed Rose, presented by Will of the Dice. Before our break, we discovered that Eliana had been taken by an individual that they believed to be known as the King of Amber, a outer worldly being that takes playmates at their whim. According to old wives' tales, if such things can be believed, that a ring of iron will protect you from his grasp. They also discovered that they lost memories. More than likely, they believe it was to save or help save Eliana. They have determined that they have to travel to the upper echelon of the city where Sarah's from High Crown, that the Trinoc Council is the ones that can grant access to the Crypt of Scholars, where the most important documents are kept, and that Lord Madigan, the Gate Regent, that lovable personal drow, is the one that can get them an audience with the Trinoc Council. They had their breakfast. Garbo had found some lovely mold for seasoning when he cooks later. Muckwort discovered that he can angry chew.
Hate chew.
Hate chew. And that is where we are. So, I take it you all are making your way to the Gate Regent's office.
Indeed, I believe that was the plan.
I thought we were
We're gonna head to the armorer
blacksmith
first.
Oh,
Yeah,
the armorer
the
first,
blacksmith,
sorry.
so we could get
say, wasn't
iron rings.
Even though it's part of the song, wasn't it going downtown? Making a way downtown.
Okay, so y'all are heading to the smithy to see Zen. Making your way to the smithy, the sound of the hammer strikes on the metal that is on the anvil, letting you know that Zen is indeed in. They will nod as you enter, finishing the work that they are performing, placing the metal back into the coals. Their assistant, a small, for their race, Goliath, pumping billows. Zen will make their way over to you. Greetings, I see you return yet again. How may I be of assistance?
Then it would seem we are in need of some simple iron rings.
Oh, iron rings. Are there to be nuptials?
No, for all of us.
Oh.
No, Zen. They are for protection.
Oh. Alrighty, let me see your hands.
She'll hold up her hands for Zen.
Zen will take each person's hand and examine their fingers, going to a box, setting on a makeshift counter, the rattling of metal as he pours the contents out. They will sift through them, pulling out 5 iron rings. 2 copper.
Ellie will pay for them.
All right, so you each have an iron ring.
Oh wow, it's so pretty. I've never had something that pretty before. Huh?
I pity you, little goblin.
They're nice. They're well made, Zen. Thank you.
If I can be of further assistance.
I'm gonna turn to
We'll
him.
be sure to let you know.
Are you a celebrant by chance?
Oh, what?
So we call them celebrants in Australia. I don't know what you guys call them in the US, but it's like someone who marries people.
Oh, no. That is beyond my duties. You'd want
of course
someone of a more official capacity. Lord Madigan, the Trinoc Council, any of the clerics in the temples in High Crown. Orin is licensed to.
Of course he is. I don't doubt it. It was just a joke, Zen, but thank you.
Sarah, I didn't realize that you and Garbo had become so close.
What? Really? Oh man.
Ellie will look a
Garbo
little
blushes.
surprised. Sorry. Ellie will look just a little sad.
Ren, I think you forgot to put your mic down. I'm having trouble hearing you.
Hey, I was about to
Sorry.
say, yeah, you're a little quiet.
Just pulling a
It's-
lock.
It's the heartbreak of finding out that Sarah's in love with Garbo. So your iron ring's obtained. Now what would you like to do?
I reckon we go see Madigan.
It is a short jaunt to the 4 watchtowers that stand tall and proud in the middle of Mid Tower, the Gate Regent office residing amongst them. The door open, signaling that the Gate Regent is in.
I cannot stand this guy. Alright. Well, why are we here again? Why are we here to see Madigan again?
He's supposed to be getting us into the the Trinot Council.
That's right, that's right. Alright.
He did promise it.
I'm gonna walk straight in. Madigan! It's us again.
As I can see.
Trinot Council. We're wondering if you can get us an appearance.
So you're calling in that promise, I take it, Miss Vesca.
Correct.
Give
You
me a
promised.
moment to speak with the members of the council to see if they're accepting. He will look at you, Garbo Riffraff, today. He will stand his immaculate, fine robes in a flourish as he turns on his heels, moving into a room adjacent to this main office.
So he's out of the room?
Yep.
Can I have a look at what he was previously working on?
Give me an investigation check. And are you trying to be sneaky about it?
Yes, I am. I'll
I'll
also
also
give
need
you
a
a
stealth
stealth.
check.
Yep. Investigation is 15.
I moved to position myself.
Yeah, I was
Stealth
near
is
the
16.
door where he went in, so that if he starts to come back in while she's doing that, I can intercept him to have a word.
Okay, so then I'm going to give you advantage on your stealth check.
Okay. That is a 21 for stealth.
21. So just as nonchalantly and as quiet as a mouse, you see quill and parchment, the titled The Gate Regent, The Hero of Frenia, Memoirs by Lord Madigan the Brave. It goes on to say about how there he was in the catacombs beneath the city, himself and himself alone, his trusty blade and a torch in hand when the Metal Mites attacked. How he fought valiantly, but taking several minor wounds, but was able to overcome the peril, thus making sure that the Metal Mites would not infest the city of Frenia.
Is this like fan fiction? That he's like writing about himself?
He's pulling a full Gilderoy Lockhart.
Oh my gosh.
There is, as you go to turn the page, a scene involving a nameless dwarf and him, and sharing a impassioned embrace as he returned victorious. The dwarf described as, middle-aged, stout, blood hunter.
Oh. I'm gonna look over at Locke and be like, you might have a chance. So I'm gonna whisper at him. Yeah, sorry.
A chance at what?
I'll tell you about it later. Is there anything that I can see, not by like digging, but anything else on the table that's like business wise, or that might be that might be like just tucked, like a note that might be tucked in under anything?
Actually, there is. There is a note that says, keep me apprised. The strangers make us nervous. Here's 200 gold for your effort. And there is the insignia of a raven's head with a jeweled red eye and an obsidian stone in its beak. This is something that Sarah would recognize instantly. This is the Church of the Red-Eyed Raven, the Assassin's Guild.
Was it tucked away enough that, from my point of view, would I know if he would notice if it's gone?
Give me... what do I want to call this one? We're going to call this one perception. Give me a perception check.
That's a 15.
The way it had been sort of almost tossed and then papers kind of tossed over it, you don't think that he would notice.
Okay. I must slip it into my bodice and go back to where I was.
Okay. As you're walking back across the floor, Bayonar, you will hear the door opening.
I step in front of him.
He will look down at you, Master Dwarf.
Look, I'm going to be real blunt with you right now. You, Mr. High and Mighty Shadowkin Elf, I don't care how fancy you dress yourself up. When you are dressing blood hunters, you better be real civil about it. Otherwise, we might take it to heart. I don't care if I'm walking around with a couple of green skins or an orange skin or whatever. They're blood hunters. You show them respect. Get me?
Give me a perception check.
That is a 15 plus 1.
You will see their eyes will widen just a bit as a hand will come to their chest, but it is not in fear. It is in provocation. They will quickly compose themselves, realizing that they may have given away their feelings, as it were. Yes, Master Dwarf, do forgive my previous comment. I have spoken. The council will receive you today. He will walk over to the desk, taking a quick glance over it. The manuscript that he was working on quickly grabbed, rolled up, opened the drawer, put in and tucked away. He will then write on a blank piece of parchment, sealing it with wax from his ring, and handing it to you, Bayonar. The guards at the high tower will see you get where you belong this day. Hopefully you will find where you belong this night. He will whisper the last part discreetly to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I tuck the parchment into the bag of holding and spin on my heel and walk out.
Yeah, I follow.
Yeah, Ellie can't get out of there fast enough. She hates that guy.
Oh, yeah. Garbo, too.
Yep.
So, you have your writ, as it were. You have your medallions allowing you access to high tower. Instructions to hand parchment to the guards.
I'll I also got this for you, and I'll hand it to Ellie, which is her medallion and her rite of passage into High Crown.
This is an important thing to have on me, I suppose.
So
I remember how the city works.
Especially where we're going.
what the hell was that in there?
We're still walking away, right? So
Yeah, y'all are walking.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, cool. So I had a weird inkling that I just wanted to check what Madigan was working on, and it's some sort of erotica, if you will, of him and a dwarf, a blood hunter dwarf, Baionor.
Me and Smokey McPointy ears in there.
Oh, we should get him an iron ring too.
Like Murkwort gasps loud. I had no idea.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, are you saying Lord Madigan actually has feelings?
Apparently.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
That's love, isn't it, Baionor?
Ugh. God, and he liked it when I talked down to him. Ugh. I feel
Yeah, he
sullied
did.
and unusual. Ugh.
But wasn't it talking? Murkwort looks at him and then kind of looks up.
Don't hurt yourself doing the math there. It's not worth it.
And the height would work so well. I'm just like,
No. No. Stop that
No?
right now. No. No. Listen, that ain't. Mm-mm.
anyway, something
I
that
don't know, Bjarnor. Sometimes taller people are very attractive.
Bjarnor turns and he looks in the direction of both Sarah and Eliana. And without making a commitment to which one he's actually talking to, unless certain people want me to start talking about things I've noticed going on under tables, perhaps you ought to just let this subject lie and move on like it didn't happen.
When you say that, Murkwort looks at Garbo and kind of is like, "What are you doing under the table?"
I'm usually looking for things to eat. There's lots of cool creepy crawlies down there that are tasty.
Yeah, I've gone like white.
The beauty is that I feel like if I did that right, both Sarah and Ileana think I'm talking to them without the other one actually knowing what I'm talking about, and it's wonderful.
I'm not even going to ask for a check. I'm just going to say yes. That's what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Ellie will take just a little step away from Sarah and kind of shy up a little bit.
Anyway, thanks for taking away my fun, Baionor. I also found this. Pull out another note.
Thanks for taking away my fun. Reaches into her chest.
Yep. This is from the Church of the Red-Eyed Raven. For those who don't know what that is, it's the Assassin's Guild that is around here in Frenya. And, well, the note's quite interesting. It reads, "Keep me apprised. The strangers make us nervous. Here's 200 gold for your efforts." And then it's their insignia. I am not 100% sure on this, but I think we might be the strangers.
Bjarnor turns and looks at Garbo, and then looks at Murkwort. Yeah, I don't think there's anyone stranger than us around here.
So I think we should definitely try to keep our eyes open, just in case something comes up.
You think the Church of the Red-Eyed Raven had something to do with
Eliana?
I was gonna say with what happened to keep Gregorian. I mean, Captain had to get that poison from somewhere. I mean, the Assassin's Guild seems as likely a target for that as anybody else.
Correct, but after we saw the shadow altar, I think we kind of could pick up. Like, the poison could have come from the red-eyed raven, like the assassins, but they wouldn't have taken a part in it, I don't think.
No, but if they had some sort of interest, or if they're the sort of folk that, I don't know, don't like it when their stuff doesn't work right and take offense at that, and we're out here walking around, that makes them look bad because something they sold someone didn't do its job all the way.
Yeah.
Something to keep in mind.
For sure.
Might be why they're interested.
Yeah.
That or they're just afraid that we're going to stumble across something else they're doing that's no good.
I'd forgotten about the Shadow Altar. Do you think the captain had ties to the Sangre Mora?
I mean, seems reasonable.
So, if he had something to do with the kingdom of Angramora, the shadow place, and he was trying to stop all of us.
Oh, wait, that's something we need to look for when we're in the crypt of scholars. The prophet at the assembly, when right before everyone got poisoned, right before he died, he said, what was it?
The shadowed rose blooms.
Yes. Something about a darkened queen. Maybe that's the queen of Angramora, and something about the shadowed rose is blooming. That's some sort of sign. We need to figure out what the fuck that means.
And I think we will get those informations where we are heading. So we should probably continue.
Your journey takes about an hour to walk from the middle of... Oh, yeah, go ahead, Eliana. I'm sorry.
So something I keep forgetting about with Ellie's background. So one of her features from her background is the secret patterns and flow of cities and can find passages through the urban sprawl that others would miss. When you are not in combat, you and the companions you lead can travel between any two locations in the city twice as fast as you would normally would.
Oh, excellent. So 30 minutes later, you find yourself standing before the gates of High Crown. Now, those of you that are from Frania or are familiar with Frania know that these gates are always open. It is the guards that keep the unwanted, undesirables out. However, today the gates to High Crown are closed. The other odd thing you will see is that aside from the Royal Guard, the specific militant force of High Crown, known as the Dreadnoughts, you will see there among them their captain, a short of stature gentleman with long flowing dreadlocks, caramel colored, coffee kissed skin, his armor well used but well polished, standing in attention, a curved blade on his left hip and a large pole arm in his right hand. He says nothing as he watches you approach.
You should take this one, Sarah.
Yep. I'm gonna grab out my medallion. Let us through. We have the seals.
The individual will step forward, releasing the polearm. One of the individuals behind them stepping forward and grabbing it before it even has a chance to teeter, removing his helm. This knightly individual will shake his head softly. I'm sorry, Miss Veska. I cannot, without writ, allow you in. The gates have been closed due to...
Over her shoulder comes the writ out of the bag of holding.
The individual who... Veska, sir, you know this to be the one they call Sir Ustad, the founder, the captain of the guard, will grab the note, peruse it, give a soft bow of their head, turn, speaking in a language that none of you can fathom. It sounds like a mixture of Elven, Dwarvish, and Dragon combined into one. The guard that grabbed the polearm will nod, stamping the butt of it twice into the ground, and the gates will begin to open. the guard stepping out of your way.
Wasn't so difficult, was it? And then I'm going to keep walking.
Give me a perception check.
Um, 8, 11.
They remain absolutely indifferent to your words.
Cool.
Opulence, splendor, luxury, indulgence. These are the things that are conjured to your mind as you step forward, passing the threshold into High Crown. The buildings here are all brick and mortar. They're beautiful tiled roofs. They're stained glass. This is not a place of merchantry or swallow, though. This is where the elite, the upper echelon, dwell. This is the home of the scholars. This is the home of the guardians of knowledge. And this is the home of the Trinoc Council, the ruling force of this entire, well, city. The cobblestone streets are beautifully laned. The air seems fragrant with that of citrus, although it is in the dead of winter. You'll notice that your winter clothes seem heavy and hot, as the temperature seems to be unnaturally warm.
Is this something that Ellie and Sarah would have experienced before?
Sarah would, Eliana would not have.
Okay.
So this is pretty standard, would you say?
Yeah, this is home.
Yeah.
This is where Sarah grew up, on these cobblestone streets and these rich manors where indulgence and luxury override even the most decent of personal compassions.
Yeah. I'm going. So walking through, I'm gonna turn. So what do you think?
I'm afraid I'm gonna break everything. Everything's too clean. I'm just gonna dirty it up, and then someone's gonna yell at me.
Murkort just has the medallion out, and he's just kind of looking around, making sure that it's plainly visible, and is pointing to it. That way, if anybody is questioning, he's like, I'm loud. I'm loud.
Yeah, Yeah, it's not right for everything to be this clean.
It is a lot. That's for sure. Alright. Let's head to the
Well, see,
keep.
now I have to ask a question. Sarah, it's been 5 years since you left High Crown, since you developed the scar, since things in your life changed, since the picturesque, perfect world in which you lived shattered. Things have changed. You have endured. You have watched the blood hunters die. You have died and come back. You have found these less than worthy of the High Crown that have stood stalwart by your side, ready to give their life for yours. How does Sarah feel coming back to this place?
So when Sarah left, she was very broken. And I think she's found a lot of strength in death and in the death of the blood hunters at Keep Gregorian. So, I think there's a little bit of nervous energy about her, but regardless as to what happens here, she is going to look after her party, and she is here to get the information that she needs, and then she will be leaving. She will not be sticking around. This is not a place where she's home, as in she grew up here, but this isn't her home anymore. So yes, she's a lot stronger than what she was, though. Yeah.
So the old adage, you can't go home again, ringing true as Sarah will dwell on these thoughts. Between Sarah's knowledge of how High Crown is laid out and Eliana's ability to find shortcuts with an almost unusual accuracy, before long you find yourselves standing before a large, opulent building. You can see that it is 4 stories, each story wider from the bottom going up as it narrows into a single spire. The windows are all stained glass, depicting pictures of history. You see the gathering of knowledge. You see the fall of man. You see even the demon, the scourge, Malacutus. You see that you're expected, as there are 6 guards waiting. Even as you approach, they form 2 columns on either side, the doors opening wide, trumpets blaring to announce the arrival of such important visitors that would dare be able to obtain a writ of passage from Lord Madigan. Oh, how noble and important you must be.
Oh, hell. Fanfare. And then Bjarnar spits on the sidewalk.
With the trumpets and the whole officialness of everything, Merkwort will like brush off his clothing, straighten it up, and his best to like be all regal and start to like put a little swag in his step as he starts to, as he's walking in, trying to be like, yeah, I'm the most important frogman you've ever seen. I'm probably the only frogman you've ever seen. It don't matter.
Give me a performance check.
Oh gosh.
Is anyone else imagining Richard Pryor from Stir Crazy? Yeah, we bad, walking into the jail.
I've got a +0 and I rolled a nat 1.
Oh.
Luckily, with skill checks and saving throws, and that one is not an automatic failure or a critical failure. However, considering that you have a +0 in performance, straightening your vest and holding yourself upright, you go to take a step, your trident getting caught in between your feet as you are still holding the trident while holding your vest, falling flat on your face. There's a soft snicker, but it is impossible to tell which guard let it come.
Who put this ground here? He'll get up.
I turn to help Merkwort save face. I look at one of the guards that's lining the path there, and I'm like, I point at the ground, point at him, point back at the ground, have that removed. Turn and keep walking.
A very quizzical look will cross their faces. They are very confused at this moment. Not only were they expecting lords and ladies, they are trying to figure out how they're supposed to remove the very thing on which they stand. Entering, you will find that the hall is no less extraordinary on the inside. The tall roof ceilings that are painted in beautiful murals, the elegant marble columns that line the red carpet that you find yourself walking on, a silent servant appearing, motioning you to follow, guiding you up the first set of stairs, the second set of stairs. You can tell by how quickly you're ascending these stairs and how you have not seen anyone else. These stairs are reserved for very special guests. You are not taking the normal means upwards. Oh, no, that is beneath you. As again, you are expected to be very important. You will finally enter into the council's high chamber. You will first notice as you step across the threshold, there are 2 large statues on either side of the door, both of them female, both of them holding very large swords, dressed in the warrior's armor. You will see that the green and white tile that covers the floor is clean, immaculate, and almost mirror-esque. I need a perception check from Syrah.
was cocked. 19. 22.
As you look, you catch a moment of your reflection, a reflection that will ripple and change until you will see the childlike face with golden hair. She was mine. The ripple lasting for a moment before once again you're staring at your reflection.
Do I know what that was linked to, or?
Oh, it was the King of Amber. The very individual that had taken Eliana, that had told you she was his.
I checked to see that it makes sure that I've got the iron ring on me.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, okay, cool. As we're walking up the stairs, I'm going to turn to let them know. So, the child that we think is the King of Ember is here, just so you guys are aware. And said to me she was mine. So I'm not sure necessarily if iron will work, but I guess we are going to find out.
Give me an insight check. Anybody that wants to. All of you.
So
we're giving them away.
When
You get an insight.
You say that he's here, Murkwort will hold up his middle finger, which the ring is on, and kind of be like, hey, creepy kid, I got something for you. I got this. I got a whole bunch of this.
This one right here. This iron ring.
Okay. Did anybody get 15 or better?
I did.
Yay, I did. I got a 16.
All right. Garbo.
I got a 2. I'm going that dice is getting yeeted because that's like the third 2 that I've rolled in a row with it.
Yeetatas.
I got my nat 20 for the 9 on an insight check.
Well, Eliana, as you do not remember any of the interactions with this individual, your insight is clouded, but you have an inclination, we will say. However, Sarah, you are 100% certain if it was not for the iron, you would be under attack. The pure hatred that was in those eyes that told you she was mine. The iron is doing its job for now in keeping away the Ember King.
Okay.
As you stride deeper into the chancel chambers, you will see that to the left and the right is on raised platforms, gallery seating, much like you would find in an opera house. Rich, opulent fabrics, beautiful colors, and they look so overstuffed and inviting. And there you will see at the head of this chamber 3 thrones, and upon these 3 thrones, 3 individuals. These are the Dreadnoughts Council. Those of you from this place will know them instantly. You will see a large Goliath female. This is Chancellor Selena, the Chancellor of Science. You will see the thin, slender, black-haired, thin mustached Chancellor Gomez, the Chancellor of Art. And in their pious robes, the very androgynous looking Q, the holy father of the followers of this realm.
I know you said Selena is a Goliath.
Yes, Selena is a very large female Goliath. They are the Chancellor of Science.
I got that. Gomez is a what?
A human, slender, black hair, pencil thin mustache.
Chancellor of Art?
Yes, Chancellor of Art.
And you said that the final chancellor was the chancellor of like the religious chancellor, the holy chancellor.
Yeah, the holy chancellor. Their name is Q.
And just because
UE.
I get the reference what you're doing there, Tier.
What reference?
I know. I need that itself requires a you bastard, because I know what that character is going to do probably. And oy vey.
And you said Q was androgynous.
Correct.
But Did you say what race is Q?
You cannot tell. They look human-esque, but with the thick robes that seem to swallow their very form, and the weird, almost pyramid-esque headdress that they wear, depicting the symbol of their station among their holy order. You can really only see their eyes and part of their nose and mouth as the robes come up high, like a high collar, something like what Skarsgård wore. Very high collar that.
Hello. I assume you know why we're here.
The Goliath will clear their throat. Lord Madigan said that you seek entrance to the crypt of scholars.
Correct.
Why would anyone seek to look at such archaic and outdated pieces of information?
Firstly, we've come here to let you know, as Lord Madigan may have already let you know, that the Blood Hunters were all meeting at Cape Gregorian, and while we were there, one of their own, their captain, poisoned them, and we were the only ones that were able to get away.
There will be a murmur as they will lean in, whispering to each other back and forth, keeping their eyes on you for a few moments. The thin human male will lean forward, a elbow resting on a knee, a chin resting on curled fingers and a fist. So, what has that to do with, well, us?
It was information that I assumed that you would have liked to have heard, but apparently you care not for it.
That's not the surprise.
Well, it's not that we don't care. You see, what you must understand is that while we are saddened at the loss of so many individuals, the Blood Hunters are, well, that's what they do. They live and they die. So, the crypt. Can we ask? No, not can we. We can, because we are the Dreadnoughts. Why is it that you seek the crypt? No one has been allowed to enter there in decades.
And no one has killed all of the Blood Hunters in ever. And we need information as to what happened. And that information is probably down there, or at least something that could at least point us in a direction to solve this mystery. Because you want us to keep fighting monsters so that they don't take over the world, right? Or would you like a world taken over by monsters?
How he will just become very, very confused. The female Goliath. How will these archaic texts help you figure out who killed your brethren?
Because there's to be able to kill all of the Blood Hunters, it has to be really big and bad, and it has to be old. And big, bad, and old, he points in the direction of where they need to go. That's in there.
If I might, look, this is pretty simple. When you're hunting things that are ancient and evil, folklore is oftentimes the best source of knowledge. We know that the captain of the Blood Hunters who poisoned the rest of our ilk, well, he was dealing with some otherworldly forces. He was in league with something big and ugly and monstrous. We need information on exactly what that thing is and why it compelled him to kill all of our brethren. We figure an ancient library that you keep locked up and don't let a lot of people into probably has a lot of knowledge that might point us in the right direction on not only what this thing is, but how to kill it. Also, your city just had a run of ancient monsters that only show up every 50 years or so at best. And we killed all of them for you, despite what Madigan might say. So, perhaps you would like to extend your hospitality and render in payment for services rendered by letting us have access to these texts.
Okay, I want both you and Muckwort make persuasion checks. Instead of having one do it with advantage, I want you all to do this.
I need to call in the big shoes.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Stay on the table, damn you. Well, I mean, it's better.
Yeets the shoe across the room.
Son of a bitch, that's +0 too. Damn you! 10.
I also have a +0, but I rolled a 15.
They will lean in, whispering to each other once more. The thin male will lean forward to speak, his elbow on his knee once more, his chin on his curled fist. His mouth will open, but there will be no words. There will be only gurgling. You will see the shadows at his feet solidify. A creature in a green cloak, long black hair, thin mustache, and Fu Manchu, holding the Chancellor by his throat. Within a heartbeat, the corpse will fall ensanguinated, as if all the fluids had been pulled from them. Their face, their body twisted in horror. I need everyone to please roll initiative.
Fuck.
And while you're rolling initiative, you can join me over at owlbear.rodeo. Guys, gals, non-binary pals, if you're playing remotely over Discord, Zoom, or whatever, and you're looking for a platform to host your battle maps and you don't want the heavy underpinning of a full virtual tabletop, check out owlbear.rodeo. It runs on virtually anything. I've not run it on a toaster yet, but just because I haven't found one worthy. All right, Manor, initiative, please.
17.
My writing implement is not writing. One moment. I had one right here.
Damn. All right.
There we go.
Danger.
17. Eliana.
20.
Nice. Garbo.
Still can't roll more than a 2, so I got a 5.
Get your shoe, man. Get your shoe.
Yeah.
Eat some dice.
Muckwort.
14.
Sarah.
15.
All righty. So you can position yourselves any place you want to up into the dark line, that the square, if you will, in Owlbear Rodeo. And once you have positioned yourself, please let me know and I will unveil the map.
Everyone's like...
All right, everyone good?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh gosh, yes.
Oh, dude, that's beautiful.
Wow.
So
Wow.
this is another kawaii tornado. Put the skull in there to represent the corpse. Battle map, absolutely stunning, absolutely beautiful. We want to say thank you so much, Kawaii, for making this piece of art for me to try to kill my players on. Yay! All right, first up in initiative, we have Eliana.
All right. Let's get out the good old measuring tool here and see how far Eliana is from this creature. She's gonna start out by firing off an Eldritch Blast.
All righty.
So let's roll that. Rolled a 12, have a +5, so 17.
That will hit.
Sweet. It's 1d10 damage. For a whole 3 points of damage.
All right, excellent. That will bring up Bayanor.
All right. And I am 45 feet. My movement speed is somewhere almost 25. All right. So, yeah, I'm gonna bonus action shift forms. So I will slowly change from a dwarf to a werebear, and I will move. I'll move right up to it. I can take a double move because I don't have. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm just gonna move. I'll move 25 feet closer.
All righty. So the small dwarf suddenly growing massively, mutating into this huge werebear. Is it allowing you to move your token, or?
Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong mouse. Helps if I have the right mouse.
So I have a really stupid question. When Bjarnor is a werebear and he's staring at somebody, is that a werebear stare?
It is.
Yes, it is. That's amazing.
That is 50 extra bonus points for everybody because that was great.
So total of 55 bonus points. Yay! All right, cool.
I'm gonna call it an even 100 because I really liked that reference before.
All right.
All right. Is that your turn?
That is my turn. I just need to go into my. I hate that because Bloodhunter is not an official class. I have to go to edit my character sheet every time I transform and go into my class levels and switch from normal form to hybrid form so I get all the bonuses.
That does suck.
It does. But go on. Yeah, I'm done.
All right, excellent. Sarah, you're up.
Alrighty. I'm going to get my sword ready. I'm just gonna move there. Oops. And yeah, I'm gonna slice my arm to give me my Crimson Right.
Okay, nice. And what is your Crimson Right?
It's the lightning one. I can't remember what the name of it is though.
Right.
Yeah.
All
It's for
right.
lightning. Yeah.
All right, and then that will bring up Muckwort.
All right, so Murkwort is going to dash up here 25 feet to be pretty much parallel with Yarnor. And when he gets to pretty much in line with Yarnor, he's going to kind of turn and look at it and be like, I've kind of been saving this, and this is a really good time to use it, and reach down into his bag and pull out a Tangler grenade and throw it at Mr. Fu Manchu.
All right.
All right, roll your attack roll.
My gosh.
Action the creature can throw. So, am I going to be adding any bonuses to this, or is it just a straight 20?
Whatever your unarmed attack bonus would be.
Okay.
+6. Nice. Wait a minute. Do what you do, Shu. A.
Actually, you don't make an attack roll with one of those. This is as an action, a creature can throw a tangle grenade at a point up to 60 feet away. Each creature within 10 feet must succeed on a DC 15 dexterity or be restrained by a sticky white web. So, where are you throwing this exactly?
Targeting on it's gonna hit everybody, or no, it's not, because if I can do it without hitting everybody, I'm gonna try to do it to where Mr. Fu Manchu is falling right outside of the radius, so it doesn't hit the other guys on the throne. That way, it only hits Mr. Fu Manchu.
Okay, and that is a 14 on the saving throw, so that means that free itself.
Hey, he's not going anywhere. I stuck him.
All right, good job. So it is now Garbo's turn.
Okay.
Can I do one last thing before?
Oh yeah, do you a bonus action or whatever?
Mainly, he's gonna look at the other guys on the throne and be like, "Hey, you should probably leave."
Okay. I will go ahead and tell you that when you try speaking to him, there's a vacant stare in both their eyes.
Okay.
All right, Garbo.
Okay, Garbo is gonna run over up these steps and to this chair right here. He's gonna drop his cauldron bindle and use his interact to pick up the chair over his head and throw it at the guy with the Fu Manchu. Yeah.
All right, make a because of your features and everything. I'm going to say make a ranged attack.
Okay. Let's see here. Oh, that's pretty good. That's a 25.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah. Okay. How much damage is a chair again?
We're going. This is a pretty hefty chair. We're going to call it 1d8.
Okay. 1d8 chair. Good.
Can I ask the question, since he's covered in the stickiness stuff? Does it stick to his face? Like you just
You know, that brings up a good point. Because he's covered in sticky stuff, it's attacked against him is with advantage. Go ahead and roll another attack roll in case you crit.
In case. Okay. No, it didn't. Roll the same thing.
Okay.
I got a total of 10 damage.
Alrighty.
Oh, yeah, that's my turn.
I love
Okay.
Garbo's improvised weapons.
I do too. I get a kick out of it. That will bring up the creature who will attempt to make a strength check to free themselves. Yeah, that ain't happening. Eliana.
All right. Let me see. It was 45 feet. I was so busy taking notes. Usually I'm thinking ahead of what I'm going to do on my turn, and I was so busy taking notes. Oh, heavens, I'm so sorry. Ellie is going to use her movement. Let's see. My movement's 30. They're at 20. How high up is the stage from the ground? Is that like 5-10 feet?
10 feet.
All right, I think Ellie's gonna move closer up here where the boys are, about 20 feet. And she's gonna fire off another Eldritch Blast.
Alrighty.
And
This
that's
will
just
be with advantage.
Okay.
As they are restrained.
All right. Well, roll 2 of them. Ooh, we're gonna take the 14 because the other one was a 3. So 14 plus 5, so that's 19.
That hits.
You're coming out of the tray. And 6 points of damage from the Eldritch.
Okay. And is that your turn?
That's my turn.
All right, that will bring up the werebear.
All right. I'm going to pull out my obsidian axe, and I'm going to drag it across my forearm and light it up with my
your crimson right.
Crimson right. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
Yep. And how many points of damage?
That does. If I can pick up the very slick hematite caltrip, that does 2 points of damage. And then I will step up 5. Measure. Well, I was 45 feet away before, and now I'm 25. So I'm gonna. Can I get close to him without getting in the sticky stuff myself?
Yeah, it's already it's done its thing.
So I will move straight up to him, and I'll attack him with the flaming obsidian axe, obsidianite axe, I should say. 15 plus 7.
That will hit.
D8. That one. He takes 3 plus 6, 9 points of damage and 4 points of fire.
All right, excellent. Is that your turn?
That does it.
All right. Sarah.
All right, so how... It's 10 feet high to get onto the stage, isn't it? So I couldn't literally just walk to them. I'd have to go up the stairs.
Or you could, climb, jump, whatever.
I'm gonna make my way around. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30-ish. Yeah. Okay. What I am going to do, however, is, even though it is... tis from a distance, I am going to... Yep, I'm going to use Sacred Flame. So because I took the feat, you said, hey, maybe someone should take Magic Initiate Cleric. I took it. So I'm going to use Sacred Flame, which will... No, I will not, because that will hit everyone. Fuck. I'm gonna hold my turn until my next turn, or if I get attacked.
Okay, so making your way up the stairs, your blade of the swarm in hand, as you think for a moment of how quickly you could summon the sacred fire, but realizing that one of yours, or at least one of the Trinod, could be damaged, you stand ready. That will bring up Muckwort.
So even though he is 4 feet of the amphibious rage, that stage is going to be no problem to him. He's going to, because he's a bullywug, I've got you standing leap, which is my long jump is up to 20 feet and my high jump is up to 10 feet with or without a running start. So he's going to move. Let me make sure the distance really quick. 20 feet, and I can move 25. So he's going to just pretty much take a jump and land right next to Bjarnor up here on the stage next to Fu Manchu. And as he's jumping, he's with the trident. He's going to try to, in midair, he's going to activate Crimson Right, right of the dawn on the trident and try to attack with it as he's landing. Mr. Fu Manchu.
Yeah, go ahead and make your attack roll.
Wait a minute. What am I doing?
And remember, it's with advantage.
With advantage. All right. Shoo. Oh, that's a. Actually, you know what? Get the fuck out of here.
Always breaking out the pretty ones.
Okay, that's much better. So that's going to be +6. That's 19.
19 hits.
And the damage on that. Actually, I need to roll the Crimson Right damage as well. Crimson Right damage was 3. And my trident damage is... I get to use my level up dice. Uh, 9 damage.
All right, 9 damage.
3 of it radiant. And I believe that's everything I can do.
All right, excellent. Garbo.
Oh yeah, I forgot to drink my my concoction this morning, so I'm gonna get that out and down that.
And what exactly does this concoction do, Garbo?
Makes me stronger. Beeps up my arms. Mechanically it gives me +3 to my strength.
All right, it's bonus action concoction.
Yep. And then let's see. We are over here on these stairs. Garbo is going to make a running jump, and jump up to here because that was 30 feet. And Garbo can jump real high. Sorry. Pick up my bindle first, my cauldron, and jump with it, and then smack him with the cauldron.
All right, so attack with advantage.
Oh,
Okay, you
yes.
show off. At least I didn't have to worry about hitting the roof when I jumped. I only jumped a little bit. You jumped so much that, oh my god.
Yeah, I can jump a lot.
Jump so much you hurt your head.
I got a 19 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay.
Roll for cauldron damage.
Yep. I got 15 total damage.
Holy shit.
For those Rollsy peoples, my cauldron is just a reflavored mall.
All right, it is now their turn. They are going to spend a legendary action to become free of the Tangler grenade. They're then going to spend another legendary action to force re-roll of initiative. So everybody, please, roll initiative.
Ah!
Damn it. I finally had a good initiative. Oh, well, there's the first lost dice of the evening.
One day. 17. I'm 2 better than I was before. Ha!
Eliana.
I'm also at 17 now.
Garbo.
I'm also at 17.
17!
I got a feeling this has backfired on me. Muckwort.
So I'm at 17 minus 5, so I'm at 12.
And Sarah.
4.
Oh.
Hole in one?
The mighty 4?
No, I rolled a 3. My initiative's +1.
All right.
The mighty 4 is the thunder god of initiatives.
Wow. So that screwed me. Sarah, it is now your turn.
What? No bonus XP for that joke? Really?
I'm too distraught over my legendary action screwing me. I was like, this would be great. I'll use my legendary actions and I can wreak some havoc. Oh.
Oh.
So it is Sarah's turn.
Yep. Is there enough space for me to say, like, get in here?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna say you're being badass and like literally just took a run and go and leaped up into the throne.
Yeah, like in the chair on the corpse, like.
Oh, the corpse is on the ground.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Cool. Yes, I am gonna swing.
All right.
With that, do I get advantage for flanking?
He is definitely flanked.
Cool. That was a nat 1, just so you're aware. That was not. So 22.
That will hit.
Awesome. So it is two-handed, so it is my D10 if I can find one. Great, that's fine. 10 points of damage, standard damage, so slashing damage, and 2 points of lightning.
All right. He's looking messed up. Like, he looks messed up. Bad. Eliana.
All right. Ellie is going to use her Misty Step. So vanishing from where she is on the floor, reappearing here next to the creature on the stage. And she can't use another bonus action on this turn, so she'll just swing with her sword.
So something some of y'all may have seen before or may not have seen. You will see Eliana tense, and like they're going to step forward, a blast of smoke, and then there's on the stage there with you.
Oh, cool. She must have got a potion of healing from that lady, too.
She's actually done it in combat once with you guys before, but I don't know if anybody saw it. Let's see. That was
I'm going to rule that Sarah saw it because Sarah sees everything that Eliana does.
Yes, she does. Do I know what it is, or I don't know what it is?
I see what's the problem.
It's you would know that it's something of her heritage that allows her to do it.
Okay,
no,
cool.
actually, she wouldn't. She doesn't know anything about Ellie other than she used to live in Frania.
What I'm saying is that based on where Frania is and the interactions they have with the outside world, this is something that would have been seen by others.
Okay.
Not just from Eliana doing it, but
Okay. Yeah, because I think the first time I used it in combat, I even said that she'd never done it in front of Sarah before.
So what was your attack roll?
Hold on. My sword, apparently I had unequipped it accidentally at some point.
That was when we went to fight the Metal Mites.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So I'd rolled a 12. The sword is a +7.
That will hit.
19.
19 will hit.
All right, and I need a 1d6 +7 for the damage. So 9 points of damage.
How do you want to describe to me the demise of this denizen of the darkness?
As she appears next to it, she's just going to drive her sword right through it, like from side to side.
So when you like pop up out of nowhere and it's like just suddenly kills it, Murkwart's gonna be like, ah!
With a scream from Mugwort as I see this cinematically, Eliana charging towards the stage, the vanishing in the smoke, the reappearing. The first thing that people will see is the blade as it is protruding, the eye following the chest to the rest of the blade down to the hands, the stern look on Eliana's face as the creature turns to ash, thus ending combat.
Well, that was a really good one there. It really surprised him.
And I think this would be a good time to take our second break.
Mm-hmm. All right. Hello, everyone.
When we took our break, the party had made it in to see the Dreadnought Council, what they have come to know as a Umbrakai, a shadow creature, had attacked, killing Chancellor Gomez. Battle had ensued. Muckwort had used his Tangler grenade. The Umbrakai was made short work of, and battle ceased. You now are there, the drained, ensanguined body of the former chancellor curled, his face in horrific horror. The other two still having that far away gaze to their eyes. The Chancellor Q will look at you and stand almost as if a marionette, walking 2 steps forward, turning to the right, walking, stumbling. They will reach for a sconce on the wall. There'll be words uttered in a tongue that you do not know as they turn the sconce. The wall then giving way, the scent of mold, mildew, the rustic smell of books coming through. The Chancellor will look at you. You may enter the crypt of the scholars, and will collapse.
Did that seem wrong to anyone else?
Very.
Yeah, is he okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna rush up to him and check for a pulse.
He is living.
Cool. I think he's okay. Probably just exhausted, sitting on the phone.
I turn and look at the other chancellor.
They are just sitting there, a faraway look in their eye.
Maybe slap them.
Okay.
Give me an unarmed attack.
Shit.
With advantage.
From like the strongest guy in the party.
Yeah, I just want to see if they crit.
That's still well, no, he's not very. Oh, he's probably not wearing armor. Oh wait. Yeah, 14.
All right, roll damage.
Knocks his head clear.
10 damage.
There's an audible as the neck snaps. The Goliath collapsing from the throne.
What the hell did you just do, idiot?
Someone said slap him. I just slapped him. You don't just tell me to slap people unless you want me to slap them.
Leonor, give me an insight check.
Kill him.
17 plus. Say 3. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Nasty 20. So nasty. Leonor, you've been fighting a long time. Your people are a warlike people to begin with. That slap should not have broken her neck.
Wait, that shouldn't have done that.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I just slapped him.
You will hear the sound of stone grating stone as the door will begin to slowly close.
All right, go,
running.
go, everybody through.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right.
Running towards the door.
I'm gonna spare just a moment to glance down at where the Umbrakai died and see if there's anything of note.
There is a cloak and 4 diamonds.
I will scoop up the diamonds, but I leave the cloak.
Alrighty.
As we're running through the door and as it's like closing or anything, Court's going to be like, and in case anybody asked, the Umbrakai killed them Both. Killed both of them.
Darkness greets you as you run through the doorway. The last tendrils of light extinguished as the stone door closes, clicking its lock into place. Those of you that have dark vision will find that it will not penetrate this darkness as you stand there. You will hear whispers. Now, what I need to know is the order that you came into the room. Who would have been first?
I was first because I checked the body near the that pressed the button.
It probably means Eliana was second.
I was gonna say Ellie would have been right behind her, yeah.
Yes, she is.
And since I stopped to check the body of the Umber Kai, I'd probably be last.
All right,
So-
so
It'll probably be me and then.
I'd
Bro.
probably be close to the end because I just got done accidentally killing someone.
all right. So in darkness, with nothing but whispers, what do you wish to do?
Hey, you said dark vision doesn't penetrate this. My axe is still on fire. Does that have it? Can I see that my axe is on fire?
You cannot.
My Crimson Right of the Dawn is undawny.
Undone. It is dark. It is complete and total darkness.
Why
Good.
is it? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, why is it so dark? I can't see. I usually can see even when it's kind of dark in here, but I can't see at all.
Okay, before anyone can answer that, I need Muckwort and Branor to please make a perception check. As Eliana and Sarah would have simply have heard.
So out of character, is this kind of like the darkness spell?
Kinda, yeah.
I got a 10.
18.
18. Muckwort, you heard them.
I hear the whispers.
You hear the whispers, and you heard Garbo's voice loudly, followed by Garbo screaming in pain as they take 4 points of psychic damage.
Oh, my head!
Another 4 points of damage.
Okay. So even though we have Crimson, so with just so I can, if we use a Crimson Right and it sets, just like with Bayano, it sets his blade of fire, is that classified as a light that emanates from it?
It is, but it's being swallowed by darkness.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, okay, cool.
There is only the whispers.
Hearing the whispers and hearing the owl, he's just going to be like,
That loudly, 4 points of psychic damage.
Sounds of our voice. We need to be quiet.
Roll a flat D20 for me.
13.
As you whisper that, the whispers will stop. The soft orange glow of your blade will begin to penetrate the darkness. A glow that will grow beyond that of your blade as a orangish, yellowish light will begin to illuminate. You'll find yourself in a a round chamber with tomes and books from floor to ceiling, a very high 50-foot ceiling, a series of ladders and steps connecting all of the different levels. Sarah, you are familiar with this place as your family guards this place. You are considered keepers and one of the few families allowed inside. The rest of you, it is sheer awe of the amount of gathered knowledge.
Murkwort shivers. Like he looks at all the shelves and shivers. And a thin bead of sweat emits from his brow.
All right. Let's not stay in here too long. So, does everyone remember what we're looking for? It's the info on Samson. Any mention of Queen Agrimora. Something about wolves or nightmares, or just so we can try to figure out who this wolf girl actually is. And anything on Scions or the Elder Ones.
And the Shadowed Rose.
And the Shadowed Rose.
And if I'm not mistaken, the place reacts badly if you don't follow the library's rules to keep quiet.
Yes.
Okay, so what I need you as a party to do is, how are you going to begin to assess for this information? Are you spreading out? Is each of you going to take a topic? How are you going to perform this search?
I think spreading out might be our best bet. Each taking a different area.
Yeah, I was gonna, like...
We've got 5 topics on my list, so...
Yeah, I've got
I
5
was
also.
If we wanted to divide by topic, that way if we're flipping through looking for something else and we find one of the things we're looking for.
Right.
Yeah, because, like, yeah.
Okay, so this is how I will do this. I will start with, I'm going to roll a dice to see where we start. Use one of my lovely aluminum D6s from Level Up that has our Will of the Dice Compass Rose logo that was designed by Todd Cross, amazing artist. He also did the portraits for this campaign and for the Scions of Oblivion that is on tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yay, Todd Cross.
Sarah, it starts with you.
Alright, so I'm gonna go down the far end silently, not saying anything. I'm gonna sheath my sword. And I'm going to start, be it reading spines of books and probably looking for an area that might be dedicated, be it to the Nightmare Realm / very old texts.
Okay. Before I have you roll your investigation check, I will give you all this piece of information.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking for individual specific topics, the DC will be lower than generalized.
Okay.
Than looking for all the topics. So if you will tell me, are you just looking for anything, or is there something specific you're looking for before we assign the DC and have you make your roll?
I'm looking for information on Samson.
On Samson. Okay. Please make your investigation check.
15.
15. It takes you about 15 or 20 minutes, but you do find some scrolls. It only names Samson, as the other names are illegible. You cannot tell if this is the handwriting or if perhaps magic. But what you learn about Samson, and tonight I'm not having people do earmuffs, so this way we can easily disseminate the information to everybody once a character declares it. Samson is one of the original Scions. He is known as Samson the Gentle. He was the father of conjuration. He kept a the longest time in the Ragnakarn Mountains. And then, he comes from the Great Falls. It is said that he has dedicated his life to help keep the balance, but to try to bring as much light and love, which earned him the moniker Samson the Gentle. Yeah. With a 15, that would be what you would get.
Cool. I'm gonna put the
All
book that I'm gonna put that book specific, the scrolls specifically, in like an area that we can compile all of the information.
Okay. Let's see who's next. That would be Garbo.
Okay, so we're researching, huh, guys? What do you want me to go looking for?
4 points of psychic damage. Please.
Ah, my head! It hurts so much.
4 points of psychic damage, please.
We're supposed to quiet. I'm okay. What should I
Walk
look
over
for?
and smack Garbo.
Oh,
His neck breaks.
Why don't you look for information on the Queen of
Be
Angmora
quiet.
or her brother Claudius?
okay, I'll look for that. Okay.
All right.
I got a 14.
You're unable to find anything.
That makes a lot of sense for Garbo.
Eliana.
Ellie wants to look and see if she can find anything about the girl or the shadowed rose because that is really bugging her.
All right.
So it's investigation, right?
Yep.
Right, rolled a 12, and my investigation is +5, so 17.
17. You find a book. It is a book of divination and explanation. It takes certain prophecies, and then the author attempts to hazard a guess at what they mean. The prophecy of the blooming of the shadowed rose. And so it shall come to pass that in the garden of life, the shadowed rose will bloom. At this time, the darkened queen will rise, her army taking the field, for she will have found the conduit. The author has a few lines, nothing intense, but suggests that an individual will, how to word this so that it makes sense. The way the author composes their interpretation is that there will be an individual born into the world that has a direct tie to Gangriella, the queen of Angmora. And it is this individual that Gangriella will use to open the gates and let her army march free.
Does it does it name Gangriella by name?
Yes.
Does it specify who Gangriella is the queen of? Where?
Angmora, the Shadow Dreaming. She is the darkened queen.
Okay, I just
and this
make sure I'm not doing meta there.
No, I got you. And this one that is born is the blooming of the shadowed rose.
All right.
All right. Bayanor.
I'm gonna take. I'll look for info on the on the elder race, the old ones.
Okay. Give me an investigation check, please.
That is a 17 plus 5. So
Okay, so you find quite a catalog of information. So the ones that came before, whose name is not mentioned, were a race of individuals that found a way. Well, you know how they found that way. They pleaded with the gods to give them power, and the gods created the seven falls. And from the seven falls, they called forth the seven scions that allowed magic to be interwoven with the tapestry of nature, or rather yet, the life force of the entire realm of existence to be pulled off in segments and used to create wonderful and marvelous things. The thing of it is, though, is that everything requires balance. And so, as they were progressing farther and farther and faster, darkness was growing and growing and growing. You find that they became so advanced so fast that within generations they were born without eyes, and they did most of their communication through a cluster of telepathic communication. It was like all across the realm they was linked. After they inadvertently created Malacutius as they sought to gain more power, they took the bravest among them, the ones that had mingled in with the bloodlines of the other spawning inhabitants that were without fear, and those seven became the seals that locked away Malacutius, where they created the Nightmare Realm. Fearing what more damage they would do, they all left. They boarded their ships that sailed the stars and left the realm. Before they left, though, they did create the Scions of Oblivion and the Scions of the Awakened, in case there was another event or someone figured out the secrets that they figured out. One other important, because that was a pretty high roll, one other important thing to note is they left out of fear. Fear that they could not control themselves, or that fear that they had gone too far and the realm was damned. And so basically the Scions of Oblivion and the Scions of the Awakened were kind of like a parting gift and a Dear John letter as they fled the realm after they had made a mess of things.
Okay.
And then that brings us to Muckwort.
So there's only, well, there's the wolf left, but then there's also the topic that Garbo didn't find any information on, right? So I could technically try to go for both, even though it might be harder.
You could.
Do you guys want me to do that?
I mean, we think those are kind of connected, right?
So
we have reason to believe that, especially given what Ileana found, that the girl is the Shadowed Rose, or would seem to be. She's a conduit to Gangriella, and we see the wolf involved with her. So we would think that the wolf is connected to the Shadowed Rose somehow. So so if you're searching for what Garbo was looking for, which was info on the Queen of Angramora and her brother, throwing the wolf in with those two seems like might work. So yeah, go for it, I say.
I'm gonna do that.
All right, please roll an investigation check.
Lock. Is anyone else getting the feedback from Lock's mic?
Yeah.
Like that clicking noise, right?
Here, I'll disconnect and reconnect if you want.
Oh, just the mic. If you just unplug it, replug it. Or even just mute it and then unmute it, depending on what kind of mic it is.
Investigation is a 22.
Nice. Okay, so we will begin some of this information that you may already know, but it all ties together. So one of the things that had to happen, as we had said in previous sessions, is that there has to be a balance in all things. So with the creation of the Scions of Oblivion and the Scions of the Awakened, with the creation of the Nightmare Realm, and then the creation of the Realm of Light, there also had to be dark. And so that is where Angermora, the Shadow Dreaming, come. It is a place where the shadows go, where it's not necessarily evil, it's just dark. So the darkened dreams, the darkened lusts, those sort of things, those come from Angermora, whereas the frightful dreams would come from the Nightmare Realm. The father of the Moon Sisters drew lots and picked Gangriella, the youngest, to be the sacrifice. And on her forced wedding to her brother, she was murdered by her sister, cast into Angermora, and there she was placed upon the throne and a crown placed upon her head. The act of betrayal, however, must be punished, so her brother was forced to remain as the prince. He didn't even get to be king. He was beneath his sister. This brought forth a lot of hate and a lot of rage. The gods and the father, being merciful, decided that they would allow a few times of the year when the moons were in certain positions, it does not say exactly which, Gangriella to walk among the living again in the form of a wolf. She's known as the Wolf of the Shadow Dreaming. Her brother, constantly coveting her power and attempting to usurp and take the throne, constantly looking for a way. It says he is the general of the Umbrakai, as some of them are allowed or have found a way to slip through while they can't en masse. So there is a struggle within the struggle, as you see the Nightmare Realm and Angermora are constantly in collision, because truly there can be only one darkness, but currently it's split. But then within Angermora, Claudius and Gangriella battle, and they fight. She is the Darkened Queen. She is the wolf of Angermora.
Gathering that information, he's going to put it in the pile of the condensed information that we were gathering.
All right. Anything else while you all are here?
We should look for info on the Scions.
I want to have a look at specifically children of the old ones, or like children of the blood of the old ones, like powers and abilities that they might have.
Give me an investigation check.
15.
You unfortunately did not find anything.
Okay.
I'll give a look for the Scions.
Okay. And which one? Signs of Oblivion, Signs of Awakened, or both?
How about you take one and I'll take the other lock?
All right. Which one do you want?
I'll take Scions of the Awakened.
I'll take the Oblivion then. 15 plus 5, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Nasty, nasty 20. It's so nasty. So, contrary to the name, the Scions of Oblivion are not darkened creatures, as one might have thought when first gathering this information. They are individuals that have faced the darkness and survived or come through. The text goes on to explain that while hundreds of thousands of millions of individuals each day face some kind of personal hell or darkness, the Scions cannot be chosen until the old ones perform the ceremony to call them. It's at that point that the realm itself the magic, the power of life, nature, whatever word you wish to brand it, will in this ceremony become sentient and choose its champions. Hence the Scions of Oblivion, 7 individuals. However, at this time, because all things require balance, the Nightmare Realm and Angermora will have to come together to pick 7 champions as well, the Scions of the Awakened. And with you giving a 20, when the word Scions of the Awakened is written, you can tell a tremor is in the hand, where everything else seems steady.
I'm sorry, can you jump back for just a second?
Yeah.
You said they can't be found until the ceremony is done by the old ones to call them, and that and what happens once that's before there was something between the choosing of the champions and them being called, and I missed that bit.
Yeah, so what happens is that the old ones, or ones with blood of the old ones, performs the ceremony. It is at this point for a short window of time that the energy that most consider to be magic, or the life force of the realm as they are interwoven, takes on a sentient mind. It is within this small window that it will choose up to 7 individuals to be the champion, the Scions of Oblivion.
Okay.
I love that people are taking notes. It makes me happy. All right. Anything else you missed, sir?
Nope, I'm good.
All right, Eliana, investigation check as you're looking for the Scions of the Awakened.
I already rolled it. I rolled a 12, have a +5, so I got a 17.
17. What you will find will be similar in detail to what Bayanor found about the Scions of Oblivion, that once the ceremony is performed, that the Nightmare Realm and the Shadow Dreaming will come together to form a momentary ceasefire or peace and choose their champions. These will be individuals that have lived a life of lavish luxury and pomp and circumstance. They will be individuals that, while they have seen the light, have forsaken it as their own greed and their dark hearts have twisted them. There is a passage in this, though. If you can make a D6 for me.
Just roll the 1d6.
Yep.
5.
There is a passage. It says, beware. The ceremony must be performed should the prince take the throne.
Okay.
All right.
So Garbo has a bit of a headache from giving himself one, and additionally because he had to do thing and failed horribly at it. So he'd like us to try to find a tasty crawly to console himself.
All right, give me an investigation check.
Man, I cannot investigate these things. I got an 8.
Nope, don't find anything, I'm afraid.
Dang.
How does Garbo look like he's feeling bad right now?
Not particularly, not terribly bad. Just his mind has been through a lot.
Just wondering if like Ellie could look at him and tell that like he's hurting.
Nah, he'll be okay.
All right.
What I will do though, just for fun of things, I'm gonna come up beside Garbo. I'm gonna be like, "Hey there, I'm gonna give you just a little bit of a pick me up," and just using that, I'm just gonna give him a healing word.
Nice.
Oh, look at that. So that is 7 points. Back to you.
Oh, well, thank you. That felt really good.
You're welcome. I'm gonna like slunk back into the books.
I seen that one meme with Homer, like.
Yes, exactly it.
Okay, so are you all finished with your researching?
Yep.
Are we?
So.
The crypt seeming
I think
to
so.
since the knowledge you have sought has been found. You will see an hourglass in the center of the table that was not there before turned, the red sands slowly trickling as the tomes and such will find their way back to where they belong on their own, seeming to lazily drift on unseen fingers. You will hear the sound of stone grating stone as the door that had closed behind you upon entering will open out into the council chamber.
And we all see the hourglass.
Yes.
How long have we been in here, by the way? Just out of curiosity.
Does anybody have keen mind?
No.
You have no idea.
Ooh.
Has it been more than an hour? Am I still a bear?
You are not a bear. It has been more than an hour.
Okay,
It's been 84 years. Okay.
6,000 years have passed since they went into the crypt.
It's been 1 week.
Okay, yeah.
Seeing the hourglass, Ellie will probably tap whoever's closest to her, and without saying a word, like point at the door.
I'm guessing Sarah would probably be the closest to you, so.
All right, so she'll tap Sarah on the shoulder, point at the hourglass, and then point at the door.
Yes, it's time to go. Everyone, it's time to go.
As you make your way out into the council chamber, you will see all 3 of the chancellors in their thrones, alive. The vacant expression on their faces, they will look at you, their heads tilted. Did you find what you... The words suddenly stopped as the double doors leading into the room will thunder open. The sound of marching, as you will see 20 minotaurs in the royal army of Flame Song, all of them being officers, will march through. There will be a loud hurrah as they will stop, part. What appears to be a general will march forward, carrying a silk pillow with a broken arrow. He will kneel before the council, the glazed looks leaving them quickly as they look around confused. Teledegarios has gone to war. We've come now that you would keep your oath and stand with us. And that is where we will end tonight's journey.
Okay, so bastard.
That was 2 right there.
Awesome, excellent. So I do got to say that the idea to give one back was not mine. That came from our social media fairy, Lollipop. But wise point. Muckwort totally screwed that. Totally screwed what I had planned. So good job. Good job. I hope everyone had fun. That is the most important part, and I'm hoping that some of the shit that's happened is starting to make sense as to why it's happening. Some of it should still be very confusing, as I have not lifted all of the curtain yet. But I want to thank the players, for being here, because without players, a DM is nothing. And let you know that I absolutely love being the DM at this table. I want to thank you, the audience, for being here to hang out with us as we do this crazy roleplay thing. And before we get out, we will take time to just let everybody know once again who we are and where we can be found, starting with Sarah.
Hello everyone, I've played your somewhat aggressive human blood hunter for the night, and you guys can find me on the internet as @LantaFanta, doing some really cool stuff this week that we're going into, so it's a lot of fun, so you guys definitely should go check that out. But apart from that, I produce and run a lot of stuff over here at Level Up TTV, so do hit the follow button, come watch us in all of our crazy things that we do. But that's all from me. Thank you guys.
Hey everybody, it's Ben Sigurd. You can find me out there in the ether, but also on Twitter at Ben Sigurd.
Hi everyone, I'm Dan, player of Garbo. Had a lot of fun tonight as Garbo, but you can find me on Twitter at RavenOusDan.
Hey everybody, I'm Ren Matley, and you can find me on Twitter at Ren_Matley.
Hi gamers, I'm Locke Clark, and you can find me on Facebook and Twitter at Locke Unruly. That's Locke with an H.
And as I said at the beginning of this, I'm Tyr the DM, world's okayest DM. You can find me out there on the Twitterverse, the Book of Faces as it's called. I'm Tyr_the_DM. Before we go, once again, I do want to say thank you for joining us, especially for anybody that was new. Things can get dark. We all know that. We all face trying times, whether the world may know it or not. Just remember, you're not alone. Look for the ones that have the light around you. Lean on them. And when you regain your light, allow someone in the darkness to lean on you. You see, love and inclusion, these are the torches that light the path to a better tomorrow. And we ask that you join us to be torchbearers. Until next time, we love you. Be safe.
Hey, go drink some water.
Yes. Have a good night.
Night, everybody.
Level Up TTV starts now.
So what's going on? Like we look it up. There's this little dong, and there's a dong, and there's another dong, and there's people outside. And do you know they're wearing white and red, and they're walking around like all ceremoniously. Is the circus in town?
I don't know where you're from, but we don't call them dongs here. We call them bells. That has a very different connotation in this town. So I would suggest not calling that.
The dongs are amazing. They're round and they can be golden, and if you hit them, they really react.
So a good number of our participants are youth who might be struggling with some degree of social setback that has something to do with, oftentimes, there's no diagnosis required, but we have a lot of our constituents come to us with challenges related to autism, ADHD, anxiety, or depression, and then coming through and playing a safe and supportive game in a fun environment then helps them come out of their shell and sometimes make friends for the very first time. That's our like historical youth demographic. We have also expanded now to serve adults, which is really exciting. We've also planned to be expanding soon to serve a veteran population, to work with hospitals. So we have a lot of great vision. We're looking to expand our direct services.
Using a bonus action, you may teleport a distance equal. Let's give them something that gets better, right? You may teleport a distance based upon your charisma modifier.
Beckett and Lucita, is this like a Sunny and Cher thing? Do they have other names? Or?
Yeah, it's kind of Well, it's Cuthbert Beckett and Lucita de Aragon.
I'd just be Beckett too.
Who named their kid Cuthbert?
Yeah, that's a horrible name.
That's a weird name.
Don't tell him I
It's-
said that. He sounds like he kills people.
He does kill people.
Wild magic surges. As the energy goes into you, it begins to take life, a actual organic life of thorns. Large, thorny vines begin to sprout inside your body, busting through your flesh, through your eyes, your mouth, your ears. They begin to encompass you in a sarcophagus of green and red from your blood. Black and silver roses beginning to bloom around you. You are unaware of any of this as you simply drift off to sleep.
Like, you can leave feedback on a class. People leave feedback on official classes and say, this is weak, this is overpowered, this is broken. They do that all the time, and they refine it through Unearthed Arcana and through official errata and official releases. It is time for Bloodhunter to become an official class. It's
because a whole bunch of people were like, sweet, I know this person, I'm gonna, like, they seem very nice on TV, I'm going to play this character, oh, it's perfect, please notice me, senpai.
But it also meant that if you missed any gaps, the gaps would be black, like in creases and stuff, where if you miss any gaps with a white undercoat, you have white glaring out at you, and so you need to go back and fix it.
Just to add to what Marty's saying, I'm actually painting right now using a metal paint, and when you put it over black, it comes up with a much better coverage and look than when you go over white.
All agree that Andrea gets an extra level of experience because of that.
And exhaustion for having to deal with us.
No, 2 levels of exhaustion.
One level is all you need, right? Because one level gives you, what, a negative to your